wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Okay.
What up, dog? What up, dog? What up, dog?
What up, though?
You already know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's takeoff time, baby. You know what time it is. The hottest podcast in the city. Come on now.
Countdown to go up.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm your boy, Adrian, a.k.a.
I'm Stubbs.
Hey, Dr. Spot Cosmic Shock. And you know what? I'm glad we had another premiere of this episode. You want to know why?
Why are you glad?
Because if I turn to my left, we got another special guest here in the house. This lady right here. I got to bring her on the right way. You mind if I do it? Do y'all mind if I do it? This lady right here, today's guest, is a beauty entrepreneur, an educator, a community leader whose journey is rooted in resilience and purpose. This lady right here is not only an educator, but a trailblazer, an innovator, and down-to-earth, good-ass people. Me and her went to school together back in the day, so today I wanted to introduce to you the owner of NadyB's Beauty Bar, Miss Nady B. Come on, let's give her a round of applause.
Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you
so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
I am so honored. Honestly, I love my city, and I love when my city shows me love. I can't believe I'm sitting here after the first podcast.
The first short said.
Yeah. I was just mentioned, and it blew me away, honestly. I had just all those tags, and thank you so much.
But you know what? That even right there lets people know that your name and your presence carry a lot of weight in the city. You know, because anybody talk about, educating themselves when it comes to beauty, they mention you. Now, let me ask you this, just to kick it off. What got you into doing, beauty, eyebrows, stuff like that?
I am an artist. I don't want to say that beauty was necessarily my target or, that's what I wanted to get into, but I definitely knew I was an artist. I've always been kind of the odd one in the family, or the black sheep in the family. And I feel like a lot of black sheeps in the family are artistically, inclined, or that, it's a different side of your brain works differently. I've always been very, very intrigued and fascinated by almost everything I was not allowed to be interested in. I am first generation born to my parents are amazing. They're immigrants, Lebanese. A lot of people are very confused about what I am, but I am Lebanese, and first generation born, you got a lot of expectations on you from your parents, because they come here for better opportunities for us. And I had wonderful parents, and they wanted me to be a nurse, and I was just absolutely opposite of that whole, the only thing I could say, being a nurse would probably be okay for me because I'm an empath and I love people and I love to help people. And I did try when I was going to college with Adrian. God, I can't believe we went to school together. That's crazy.
Hey, crazy how time flies,
That's
right?
So crazy. And you've just always been such a great guy. So thank you.
Hey,
thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
I was going for nursing, and I, beauty is just a way for me to express myself artistically and not be confined to a building or a structure. I started in barbering. Barbering was really where it all happened for me. And I've never really wanted to deal with women like that. I've always felt like a guy's best friend or like a tomboy in my early teens. And just following my dad too. I was a daddy's girl. So watching him shave in the mirror and stuff. And so I went to barber college and became a barber. And then went to cosmetology school and learned how to do everything. And going into all of that, I already knew how to do brows because it's a cultural niche. Being that I'm Arab, threading and brows and stuff like that, Africans braid or Asians do nails. I mean, it's like a cultural niche. And I was just always really good at it, really, really good at it. And I enjoyed it.
What age did you learn the threading?
Not threading, waxing. So I'm Lebanese. We typically, I don't want to say we, but I did not get into threading. I went into waxing.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So for me, while I was learning, while I was practicing barbering, I was still offering the other services. And my favorite was barbering. And second to that, maybe brows. But I could not deny the overflow of clients that would come in more for brows than obviously barbering or, you know, doing a little hair here or doing like a manicure here, you know, because I was licensed to do everything, I was doing everything, you know, but the main two things I was doing the most was cutting guys' hair, being a barber, and doing brows. But brows was just, it just became almost like undeniable that this was my niche.
So your first, I guess, location was, I guess, a unisex. It's not just barber. Not just, it's
so my
everybody
very
coming in.
first job ever was at Fairlane Mall. I was 16. I was probably hired illegally because I wasn't even fully graduated out of barber college. But I continued to be really adamant to the owner. Her name was Linda.
Oh, so you were a barber?
Yeah, yeah. I was in barber college, and there was a lot of people in there. It was called Trico Salon and Spa, and it was downstairs on the main floor by where the old Saks used to be at.
Ooh,
Come
take
on,
it back with that one.
my Fairlane family got to envision this. Remember the glass? It was all glass. It was all glass salon, and I went in there, and I just really, really impressed her. There was a guy in there named Derek who's like ended up being like a brother to me, and he kind of like tested me with my first, oh, you could cut hair, I'm gonna put a black dude in your chair, you go fade him up, put a da-da-da, and you could cut their hair. So it was a test of like diversity. Right. And really knowing my stuff to even give me a chance to go in there without no barber nails, and still be not fully out of school yet. So they definitely gave me a chance, and I was there for a good 5 or 6 years. Honestly, I was there until the end when they decided that they were going to close the spot down. No. And yep.
And I was just going to ask, what year was this when you first became a barber?
I mean,
was it about when High Top
2002 or 3?
I wanted to know what was the main haircut people was getting back then. Was that High Top
I went to the Detroit Barber College, which was in Dearborn, right off right next to City Hall, Michigan and Schaefer.
I know.
And okay, and it was predominantly, even though it was a white really nice guy, Mr. Gursky, white old dude that owned it. It was predominantly like black barbers in there, So we were. And it was a co-op to us through the high school. So we were like seniors going 3 hours away, 3 hours a day as credits, and earning a barber license while being in high school. So,
like a trade.
Yes,
like
exactly. Yeah, it was a co-op. So for 3 hours a day, we did that. And I just met the most amazing guys in there, and I just, honestly, that's where it all started for me. I was in there kind of teaching them how to, wax. That was fun.
Me and waxing.
Fun. I was teaching some of the barbers in there how to wax, but
just like that movie.
I'm telling you, I'm still friends with a lot of them to this day.
Just like that one movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh yeah. Oh man. And I didn't get into all that. Necking up. I don't do the chest and the where the
thighs
sun don't shine.
I think in 2002, the main cut people was getting was the bald fade.
Bald fades,
bald fade.
Tapers. High tapers, low tapers. Designs were kind of in. They still are, honestly, but
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the Allen Iverson years too. A lot of dudes was getting braids.
Don't test my education on football and sports right now.
That's basketball.
That's what I'm saying. Or sports.
Scratch that
per
from the
se.
record.
See, there it is.
Scratch that from the record. But
that's okay. My husband's gonna kill me when he hears that part.
Hey, don't do it. But do you still cut?
Yeah, actually, but I don't cut for like customers. I cut my kids. I cut my husband sometimes when he can't catch up with his barber. My brother, my dad.
Why would he even have a barber? I feel like I would just
because I am completely like busy. There's no way, for me. Even when I cut the kids, like they don't want no one else cutting them. But sometimes it'd be a minute before I get to their head.
Is your oldest old enough to start learning how to cut?
He's 11. He's 11.
Right.
Yeah, I got 2 boys, an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old.
That's like the rite of passage age. So.
Yeah. He's more into sports. He's more into like hunting, fishing, stuff like that. But you never know.
I want to talk more about your academy. When did you open that up?
So, so we started with the beauty bar. And this is after I was, done with Fairlane. I had, Trico had closed. I went up to Lee Nails. I was there for like, 11 years. I was at the mall for like a good 15 years.
I remember. You remember?
Yeah. How can I forget? That was literally my home. I mean, I spent more time at the mall than I did at home.
Okay, can I share a funny story about that? When you invited me in the back, I used to go back and look at the women all the time.
Yeah. Like, hey. Yep. Every 3 minutes you get a new one because it would be a sign-in sheet at the front. Then that nail salon is really where it all started at. Lee Nails. I can never, ever, ever not acknowledge Kevin, who was the manager there, little Asian guy who just kept on harassing me right before Trico was closing and was like, hey, I'll build you this little room and, I'm going to take care of you. Come on, we can make a lot of money together. And I took him up on it, and he was for real. And it was so, it was definitely something that I was appreciative of and grateful for, because a lot of times, they stick with their own people, and a lot of people stick with their own people. So he was just almost like another dad to me. I was able to learn a lot about the back end, not just, doing brows in a nail salon, but we got really close. I was like a daughter to him, and he was like a dad to me. And at that time, I really wasn't talking to my family at that time. So he really was like
Your
my
family.
dad at that point. And I will forever be grateful and love Kevin with all my heart. Shout out to Kevin. I still talk to him all the
Salute
time.
to you.
Yeah, it was nice because, like I said, he trusted me enough, and we just got really cool enough for him to allow me. I didn't have to spy, like he would literally educate me on how, when you get your own place, this is what you could do, whether it's booth rent or commission, and these are the ups and the downs of this or that. However you choose to do it, make sure that you're paying attention to, what you're making, what you're spending out, just balancing and all that other stuff, because a lot of times, the money's coming in as a business owner, but you're really not making anything because it goes right back out. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's where, being a successful business owner is not just about how cold you are at your skill set. It's really about wearing a million hats and understanding how to keep a strong team and doing right by your team and having good intentions and wanting to see them grow, even if it means that they outgrow you. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different aspects of business and entrepreneurship, especially for women, because, boy, let me tell you, women are catty as, woo.
So coming from a woman, they can't.
I caught myself. It's just really special when you're able to spend that much time together as not just women, but women, mothers, entrepreneurs, sisters, and everything in between that, and still come out, like I said, really, really good friends. This person means just as much to you as you mean to you. Like, that's how close me and my teams were. I cycled through multiple teams. But let me go back to how it got when I left the mall, because he closed the nail salon down. He even offered it to me, and I was like, no, dude, I'm not about to spend $10,000 a month on this little, spot in the mall. And, Fairlane was kind of doing the Northland thing. It was like the beginning of that, but it was still okay. But I'm like, no. And I just had gotten married and pregnant at the time. So I went ahead and went home and started working from home. And that's not legal, guys, but yeah, I did what I had to do. I don't care. Even when I teach my classes, I'm not uptight. Like, I educate my students on what you're supposed to do when it comes to getting licensed and all of the, the process and everything the legit way. But I would never, ever, turn my cheek to somebody who had to do what they had to do in the moment, because I had a couple of moments like that. And let me tell you, my clients have always had my back. And it didn't matter where I was working. And I've worked in the hood of hoods at some points, down to Dearborn, down to Detroit, down to, wherever and however. And it was just the ultimate goal was to finally get my first storefront. I always had, okay, let's do it,
So
every day.
Storefront before the school?
So this is it. So after working out the house for a year, and that's where I was kind of started doing the microblading thing, which is the tattooing thing. That's when, I spotted out a cute little strip, like a couple blocks away from my house at the time, my husband and I's house at the time in Dearborn. And I was just picking up a pizza. I was in the scrubbiest of clothes and, picked up the pizza from the Hungry Howie's. I'm on Monroe Street looking, and I looked again. I'm like, oh, that's a cute little, strip. It was a little strip plaza, little 3, maybe 6 at the time, separate units. And I looked, and the guy was in there, and I went in there looking crazy, smelling like pizza. And I asked him a bunch of questions about, you know, if it was available, and it looked like he was trying to repair it himself. And he went into telling me how he had a bunch of like unreliable tenants, and yeah, it's available, and what do you do, and all this other stuff. So initially, he didn't really take me seriously until I really started talking and telling him about who I really was. You know, showed him my social media and all that, and he was like, "Look, here's my card. Whenever you're ready, you know,
Just
we
like
can
that.
really talk." Yep. And I went home and talked to Vinny about it, and per usual, my husband's always gung-ho, you know, like, let's do it. And I literally didn't. At the time, he had just taken a DTE job, and I was like, babe, if we're going to do this, I want you to quit that job.
All in.
I want you to quit that job. Let's, you know, he graduated college. I'm a college dropout. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we both had strengths that I felt like at the time, like who better to go into business with than my spouse. And I knew that that was not going to be easy. You know, we both knew that, look, if we're doing our, you know, nagging and fighting, arguing at home and stuff, like, you know, we still got to keep this business no matter what. Business is business, you know, personal is personal. And with setting the right, you know, tone going in, it thrived. I mean, that was 2017 when I opened up the beauty bar, NadyB Beauty Bar. And I would say that by the next year, and that spot had everything in it. So from doing the tattooing with the brows and stuff, to lashes, to body waxing, to we had one tattoo artist in there, a makeup girl in there. And the tattoo services were just dominating.
Like
everything
all
else.
tattoos,
When
not
I
just
say, like,
eyebrows?
mostly eyebrows.
Okay.
Mostly eyebrows. And that was like at the brink of where I started like saying I'm about to start teaching. And every time I taught a class, I'd have to tell the girls, like, I need the spot 3 days out the month for myself. Like, I don't care. You guys cannot work these 3 days a month. And initially, that was totally cool with them because most times we're all taking at least 2 days off a month. So it only cost them an extra day, kind of, you know. But ultimately, I just didn't even feel right to even though they said yes and they were all for it, because I taught all of them too, how to do the tattooing.
But then you interfere, and then
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to take away from their income. So that's when I told my husband, like, hey. And at the same time, there was another spot opening up in the same strip, like
Same
literally 2 doors down, right? And my husband was like, okay, let's do it. You know, we were doing well, and I called my landlord and said, hey, you know, I know that spot a couple doors down just opened up. Like, we want to take it. We want to put all the tattoo stuff over there. Like, just strictly there is only tattoo, and what we do over here, we ain't gonna have it where the tattoos are. And it just be like a revolving door of referrals. Like, why not?
So I got a question for you. When
Yeah.
it comes to teaching classes on what you do you got to get certified from the state?
So this is the crazy part. When it comes to tattooing, you would think it would be so many more rules and regulations for Michigan, and it's coming. It's definitely coming, but it's not yet. So it's actually, compare it to other states, we have a very lenient state when it comes to the rules and regulations pertaining to body art. And that's what cosmetic tattooing falls under, would be like the same thing body art would fall under. So I'm sorry, yeah, actual body art. But body art, it falls under the health department. So it's not like Lansing, how Lansing deals with the barber's licenses, the cosmetology licenses, the esthetician licenses. The health department is what controls the body art and piercing. So all you would have to do is just meet their requirements for how you set up your body art facility, and then they come and inspect it, and they give the building a license for tattooing. And you just show them that you've taken certifications and classes. So the certifications do matter. When they come to inspect, they want to know like how much, training you've taken and whatnot. But outside of that, there's no requirement for like an SD license to tattoo brows. There's no requirement for a barber's license to tattoo scalps.
They can
you
do
know
that?
what I'm saying? No, yeah, they can do that.
I had no
What?
idea.
Adrian,
You tattoo a scalp?
let me tell you,
What's the name? Tory Lane's dad got that.
Listen, I'm tattooing areolas at this moment, current moment in time.
To make them, put the hearts around them, or what are we talking about? I don't mean to be freaky,
Oh,
but
no, not at all, because I just did a set like that last week. So, no, actually, the reason why I learned how to do this, and I've been silently training for like 7 months straight, and I just dropped this new service alert, like not even last week. So this is very new, but I've already done like 7 people, and mainly it's for cancer survivors and women who have mastectomies, which means that, they got to remove the cancer, and sometimes that comes at the cost of the full breast. Or sometimes they have one left and they get one implant, or maybe the whole thing. They take both breasts. So there's a difference between a bilateral mastectomy or a unilateral mastectomy. Bi meaning they have to remove both breasts. Uni meaning only one, and then a lot of them will opt to have like reconstructive surgery and go get one, an implant to replace the breast that had to go, or a fat transfer from a tummy tuck up to the breast to make it not an implant but replace the tissue, right? To make a breast, but then it leaves you with no nipple.
So because you're an empath, you mainly prefer the reconstructive versus the cosmetic when it comes
I'm not saying that. I am definitely right now a lot more intrigued and a lot more pushing for this being more of like the cancers, the cancer community service to them.
No,
and that doesn't mean I wouldn't take anyone who is
just
cosmetic reconstruction. Like if they had a breast lift and they have, a little bit of discoloration or
people went through fires.
Yeah, I've had a breast lift, right? Like, and when you have cosmetic surgery, it is definitely annoying how common it is that when certain things are put back on, they don't heal properly. You know what I mean? And that could be a little bit of a compromise with a shape of an areola or, a little bit of pigmentation missing because of how the scarring healed. And so that is something I'm also doing. But right now, the biggest focus is that I'm offering the areola service to the cancer survivors at zero cost right now. And I've done 7 of them already with like 50 people on a waiting list. It's insane. I was not prepared for the response to be as great as it is.
So a lot of people out there really need nipples.
There's a market.
Areola,
listen,
sorry.
you have to. No, it's okay. You can say nipples. The areola is part of the nipple, right? So the nipple sits inside of it. So it's a whole thing. And guys too. Let's not forget there are definitely guys who get breast cancer. You know what I mean? This is real. And there's also some clients, and I don't discriminate. Money's money at the end of the day. It's not my business how people try to or choose to live their lives. But there's also top surgery. For transgender surgeries, and there's that. You know what I mean? What's amazing? It's so fascinating how many different markets there are out there. You know what I mean? Like it's
demographics.
There's so many different markets when it comes to business. There's so many crazy ways that you would never think this is an actual thing, and like make crazy buku money.
I never would have thought of tattooing area.
This is called paramedical tattooing. Okay. I can tattoo a belly button now. Like if you ever had a hernia and you lose your belly button from a hernia, I could literally tattoo a 3D realism. And make sure, Adrian, to insert the. I'll give you some shots of the first, few. And thank God the first person that allowed me to work on her allowed me to capture even her full face in a video. You guys, I'll show it to you guys. But she drove from Canada. Really? She had not had, any areola or nipple for about 12 years, surviving cancer. And she drove from Canada to come see me, and she was my first person.
How long did that procedure take?
For me, I've practiced a whole lot. That's realism. That is actual art. Like 3D. It is honestly for you to, I don't think anyone has any business trying to do this if you don't really have like some type of like artistic background. I'm not saying you have to be able to paint a portrait of somebody, but there has to be some type of artisticness and a very, very grounded understanding of tattooing as well, because you are working with women that have already gone through a lot, So I've been doing brows for, I'm 40 years old now. If I started at, 15, 16, for real, like that lets you know how long I've been doing brows. And I'm an artist at the end of the day too, so I easily get bored, or like I need to get re-stimulated at times to keep that that fire. So this last thing that I dove into was something that kept me in the realm of my work, but gave me something different to take in, and it's just been beautiful.
You mind if I ask her a question real quick? Do men get their brows done? You ever seen that?
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's not necessarily like a gay thing. I mean, there are some men who literally will only get, instead of putting a nasty clipper to your face, can you just wax the middle of my brow? You know what I mean? Brush the hair up, trim it. Like, that's more of like a grooming thing. And then there are some that are a little bit more into their aesthetic look. They're not gay, but I mean, they like a little bit more shaping.
Metrosexuals, yeah.
And then, we've got gay people that come in. So what? I mean, yes, there's a genre of men and women that come in for brows or, and it's all done different. So it's based on what everybody wants. But absolutely. There's also alopecia. Don't forget alopecia.
Yeah, I forget.
And especially common with my clientele type, which is predominantly, melanin-rich clients, men and women of color, So alopecia is definitely very common with...
I forgot all about alopecia.
Alopecia is huge, really. I could even say I'm a specialist in that area because sometimes you're literally dealing with a blank canvas.
So what do they want? Usually, I guess the scalp,
eyeliner, lip blushing, just anything that helps them look a little bit less, either sickly or tired or bare. It's just as emotional or touchy.
Now, eventually, would you ever go into like tattoo removal? Because somebody may after 10 years.
No, I would not go into tattoo removal because I enjoy the aspect of cross referring. I have somebody who her and I have been working with each other, since I learned how to tattoo, and she does the removals and I tattoo. So, we cross refer to each other and only to each other. So it's almost like another income. You know what I mean? And this is what business is about. You don't know that going in. Not to fuck somebody. Excuse me. And not to mess somebody up. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss or not.
No, rock out.
I'm good. Okay.
No, I just know because
I mean, you really do need to make sure that you make professional relationships that are also very reliant. You make connections and just keep, like I said, people around you that you can cross refer and network with and actually, make other streams of income while not really doing anything, so.
Now, I want to ask you something, going back to the academy. Do you have to qualify for certain type of criteria in order to get certified from you?
No. No, you really don't, because I do fundamental education. I do the base, bottom, like, okay, from A, and we're going to take it all the way through it as long as you do your part as well. But because of the fact that there is no licensing, like no SD or barber or COS needed to take to become a licensed body art facility, it's not like the license is for you, it's for your facility. And then it's my job to teach you how to do this. So I'm to teach you how to do it, and then you got to figure out all the licensing and stuff. And I have helped a lot of my students set up, a lot of my employees set up shop for the first time. They're transitioning out. That's what our facilities were. Once we opened up the Ink Bar, COVID hit. I mean, like, honestly, we didn't even open the Ink Bar. We were still in the building of the Ink Bar when COVID hit. And we couldn't even work and still had to pay the contractors and everything. And we lost that whole team. And they weren't trying to hurt me. Of course it still hurt, but they needed to work and I couldn't open because I had way too many eyes on me.
Right.
Everybody knows who I am. So I cannot try to even be shady, nor, was I trying to take that risk, So I had to allow them to go ahead and do what they needed to do. And then, we still had to keep paying. So luckily with the grace of God, we got past that situation. We opened back up. We got a whole new team going, little at a time. And I'm also very selective. I want to make sure that I train these girls. I mean, they come in as maybe a licensed esthetician or a lash girl. They come in offering a service for our platform with the idea that I'm going to show them how to do all the tattooing stuff, that part of it. And I basically help them with that, and grow off of that.
Can I also ask you another question? Like, in business, like, people coming to you for a service, what's like the wildest thing somebody ever requested from you?
The wildest thing, I don't think anything would be really wild to me unless, I mean, we've gotten prank calls like, can you wax my butt or,
that's
you know,
fine.
stuff
wow.
like that. But
What if
like,
it wasn't a prank
I
though?
mean, huh?
It probably wasn't a prank
No,
though.
it's always been a prank
Oh, okay.
call. Yeah, it's always. But I mean, we do Brazilians. I don't do Brazilians.
Okay.
You know, we have a body waxer who does that. You know, and she's still with me. You know, my whole team. Let's get back to that in a moment. But once we got the ink bar rocking, it was literally not even a full year before we needed a separate space for the classes. Hands, like we couldn't even do it no more. You know,
So students
and-
just start coming to you just out of no.
say it again.
So students just start coming to you just.
No,
once you
so
teach it-
I mean, I started teaching when it was just the beauty bar. You know what I mean? And you know, initially, of course, it was, you know, smaller classes, you know, a little more intimate style, and then they became much bigger. You know, anywhere from 14 to 18 students in a class per month. That's a lot of girls. And then double that by their model, because I would allow them to do a model in the class. So we had that many people under one roof, you know, at one point, and it was a lot. And like I said, we then took it into the ink bar, and not much after that, it was like, no, we need a separate building for this. And that's when the academy came into play.
Like, can you see yourself getting another building?
Oh, wow. You asked the question a lot of people have been asking me.
Or would you buy the full plaza?
So the biggest mistake, you know, I made I made the decision to close the storefronts down. And a lot of people just absolutely could not understand why I would do that after all of the money that we put into those units, after, you know, everyone I feel like thought I owned those spaces because of how much money I put into those spaces. I mean, I'm not trying to throw numbers out there, but we spent hundreds of thousands into those 3 spaces. And, you know, it was heartbreaking to come to terms with the idea that we had outgrown those spaces. I had outgrown that version of myself. I wanted to pivot. I was feeling very drained from how much I pour into my team. And I do that without even them asking. You know what I mean? I just absolutely adore working with other women. And I love my sisters. You know, the team was just everything to me. And for a long time, I was tired and was ready to close and didn't, because I was always concerned with the team. You know, and even my husband, you know, because that was a partnership situation. So, I mean, for me to feel like, God, I'm tired of this macro managing, you know, situation, and I'm stuck behind a chair. I'm always at work, whether it's teaching, whether it's actually working, whether I'm off, but I'm still there anyways, you know, and that's times 3, right? It just became a lot, and I was really ready not to quit or anything, but to pivot into a different situation. And one of the biggest things that kept me there was the amount of money I poured into those 3 units, and the fact that we did not own those 3 units. And we were in so many different times. We were in a good situation with our landlord, and he so badly wanted us to buy the strip, and we did too. But we were never able to come to agreement on the terms of the purchase. Yeah. You know, he was being really unrealistic in the most respectful way about what it was worth, and just not really, you know, considering how much we had already invested. And then he ended up selling half of it to a business that sold appliances, and it really kind of ruined the feeling of what we had created there, because it was more of like a beauty district. It was almost like, you know, boom, this whole thing is like this beauty, you know, and this is where you come to, you know, get this done. And then now we've got high-low trucks delivering appliances, and these guys are yelling at our clients, you can't park here, and, you know, rubbish by the dumpster, and it's attracting rodents. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't feeling the same no more. And my clients, I was noticing that they were coming in bothered at times. And that feeling that has always been something we've just always been praised for, as far as the feeling, because it's not just the service you're experiencing or getting, it's the feeling. You know, when you go to shop with someone, or get your hair cut somewhere, or get your nails done somewhere, or just go anywhere and get a service
It's a vibe.
It's the energy is also what keeps you coming back. You know what I mean? And this is why I do take pride in what our platform represents, because it's not just about making money. It's not just about, you know, slanging brows or just tattooing or whatever. Like, we really love our clients, you know, and our employees.
How many people do you have on your team?
So currently right now, and this was not the original plan. The original plan was when I told the ladies that I was planning on closing, which was last January. I told them, hey guys, you know, I got to talk to you about something. And, you know, I think they were starting to feel it. I was a little more vocal about how sad I was, you know, or not happy, or just tired or exhausted. And sometimes I wouldn't have to say nothing. They'd just see it and be concerned, you know. And then when I finally told them, like, come this April, and I had to talk with them in January to give them an ample amount of time to make a decision, you know, we're not going to renew the leases. And they're like, where are you going? Instead of thinking like, what, you know, what am I going to do? They're like, okay, where are you going? And, you know, I had definitely started looking for a space for myself and my daughter only, because that was my desire, was to just finally like work on personal branding and like, okay, you know, and let's not forget my daughter, you know, works with me too, Jazzy. I love you, baby. But that's a whole nother little conversation. I just then I let them know where I was going. I let the franchisee of the studios where we all are now at know that, hey, I know I said it was just gonna be my daughter, but my team wants to come. You know, they want to see it, and if they like this, then you need to negotiate a better deal for all involved. And I am so blessed to have chosen the place that we're at right now, because it has been such a great change and atmosphere and experience. We are in Canton now. That's probably only the one, you know, for some people, they still come, but they're like, oh, damn, Natty Canton, you know, and it's like, listen, just you go out to eat to nice restaurants out, you know, in the burbs. Like, you can't come out and get a service and treat yourself, and, you know, it's okay. Who cares? What, 25 minutes from where we were at?
Would you ever do a second location though, back here in this general?
No. Honestly, I'm not going to hold you guys up. Like, the Dearborn spot was not because it was Dearborn. It was, number one, because it was really close to my house while I was living in Dearborn.
Yeah.
And two, it was to, I hate to say, it was a little bit to prove myself, because I have gone through a lot of like moments in my life where I've been really, really ridiculed or ostracized or rejected, or, you know, just really, I've gone through a lot of stuff, and it was almost like a, let me show y'all how great I'm gonna do.
You know,
so we didn't service the Dearborn community. My Detroit
I
would be not. Listen, let me tell you something. No, we didn't. My clientele was predominantly, like I said, my Detroit people. And I'm not saying I didn't have a little bit from Dearborn and a little bit from Ferndale or Royal Oak, or, you know, from every little city, but my predominant clientele are my Detroit people.
I can vouch for that, because back when you had me in the shop, that's all I saw.
Like, flat out, you know. And I will say, I am not trying to be anyone that I'm not. I am very proud to say that I am a 100% American Lebanese woman who, like I said, is first generation born, who has struggled with a lot of different things, in a sense of like adversity, and just being accepted by not just my family, but even the world, or even Detroit, and just being embraced and not judged. And, you know, that has just been why it feels almost like Detroit's home. You know, or the Detroit people are my home, you know, or my clients that are predominantly a Detroit clientele, I will forever feel indebted to, and I would not be Nady B today without them.
Well, I will say this though, kind of a different topic. I have always respected the way Dearborn people, to a degree, stick together, and they kind of have a community mindset.
You said to a degree.
Yeah,
and that's such an important.
Yeah.
I hate to say it's such a real and an important plug-in. I mean, someone else would say, you know, that's not true and get all defensive. But I will tell you, as a non-traditional Arab girl from Dearborn who loves my people, but unfortunately, I have been, very judged in the past because I did choose a different way for myself. And it came with the cost of, hey, if we don't want to talk to you no more and you choose to do what you want to do, then that's going to be what it is. And it's like, okay, well, you're choosing that, not me. You know what I mean? I didn't do anything to hurt nobody. I just want, I want to see the world. Yeah. I want to know who I am. I want to choose who I fall in love with. I want to not necessarily live in this this state. Hell,
So you had to be true to yourself too.
Yes,
you
and that was very hard because of the love and respect I had for my family and my culture.
But they came around you.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've gone through a lot, but my family is my everything now. And I also have to acknowledge the fact that now that I'm a mother, and now that I'm a wife, and now that I'm, all these things that I never was before when I was doing all this crazy stuff, I understand that they only wanted the best for me, and that they did the best they could with what they had, with what they knew, how they were raised, and that culture is important in every culture. Mm-hmm. It is important to be amongst your people and supported by your people. And, it's hard. It is hard because, especially when you're first generation, that part, you have to remember it. The first generation is like, our generation or first generation, I feel like first generation kids are the ones that kind of have to endure the pain for the next generation, depending on what they want or don't want for them.
So they gotta be the stepping stone.
As far as traditions. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so my culture is very important to me, and my kids are all mixed. And they still know and acknowledge who they are, and you're half this, you're half that. Dearborn is a part of our culture too, and they won't even know anything I had to endure until I'm older and we're sitting down talking at that point. But adversity has been challenging for me, and just being my raw, authentic self has been a process. And has been something that my clients even can testify. I know all my clients can testify that they watched every phase of my life as they were my clients. And they went from...
That's like your family.
I cannot stop saying it, and I promise you, when you read anything you read about clients saying, oh my God, that's Nady B, man, she's so cool, she's down to earth. This is where I take the pride. Not necessarily, oh, she's so cold, she's so good at brows. Oh, it's more of who I am as a person. Who I am online and who I am in person is the same person.
Can I share a story real quick? I don't know if you remember this or not, but back when we used to go to school together, we were studying for this hard-ass English class. This English class was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And we met up at University of Michigan, Dearborn in the library. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think it was your sister. I believe it was your sister who gave us access to get in.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was in that library, and how we used to study is the reason how I got through that damn English class.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've always been a person of, intention. It's really hard sometimes as a young person who really wants, to make something of themselves, to not allow so many different things to distract you through the process. And having good friends, Adrian, and, just surrounding yourself around the right people is such a big part of becoming who you are, and it's hard. It's hard. And this is why being an educator was something I desired. Being a woman who pours into other women was always something I desired. Being a woman's woman in general is something that I desired because I wanted to make sure that I gave out the love that sometimes I didn't get.
Big facts. Yes.
And I display that through my daughter too, and because she's 21 now, you know what I'm saying?
21?
Jazzy will be 21 next month, and
Sheesh.
she's killing it. She's doing the same. All the things I do, I've taught her how to do. Every class I take now, she takes with me. I want to make sure that I don't die in that casket. Like when I'm done, like there's still a mini me running around somewhere, making sure that everybody knows what we did, what we created, and she did that by choice. And that is insane to me that she did that by choice, because Jazzy's always been a very smart and college-bound person. And when she made that decision for herself, it worked out. And now she's speaking to her own generation. You know what I mean? These younger girls are loving her, loving
See?
her. Yeah, loving them some Jazzy. So
Now, I did want to
shout out to
know.
my baby.
I did want to know. You said you adopted the Detroit, I guess, culture or essence.
They adopted me.
Or they adopted you.
Yeah.
Did any of their musical tastes make its way to you?
Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely.
Like some artists or some
Like
songs?
local or
Lo-
like
we
just
could- we could do-
general?
Either, both.
I mean, I love all types of music. Local. Oh God. I mean, on a rap scale, no, probably not too much. Maybe a little Cash Doll, but
I knew you was gonna say that.
you know, the main ones, Big Sean and you know, all those people. But on a general, of course. I love me some rap. You guys got to watch some of my reels because I be in the car singing in the morning.
Any favorite artists?
Oh my God, you're probably not gonna believe it, but DMX has always been huge in my life.
Really?
Yeah, go on my page. You'll see me singing a whole bunch of DMX songs.
What's your top 3 favorite DMX songs?
Oh my God, X gonna give it to you. Rough Riders, Anthem, probably. Probably those two the most.
But,
Yeah, there's one I'm slipping. I'm falling.
Slipping.
I can't get
Get up,
okay.
you know,
Okay.
slipping.
That's one of my favorite. That
Can't
is my
get up.
favorite DMX song.
Yeah, I mean, DMX just reminds me a lot of just me, kind of. I've always been attracted to the pain, the struggle, and just the perseverance and the acknowledgement to God still through all of that. You know, not being perfect. He struggled with a lot. You know,
Have you been to one of his concerts?
I've not, but I love me some DMX. There was a period where I had his posters all over my room and wore his shirts to school, and yeah, I love. I mean, that was when Juvenile was out, and
Oh, you
Papa
taking
Style,
it? You taking
all
it
them other
back?
people.
Yeah.
You taking?
Yeah,
That's probably I can't think. What's that? 2001?
that was probably 01, 02.
Oh, two,
Yeah.
yeah.
My senior year in high school, like
Yeah.
that was those were the things we were listening to.
So you a Juvenile fan too?
Oh my God, what? There's another video
Slow
on my
motion. I
page.
love
You
that
guys
slow
can go
motion.
look. I promise you, you guys are probably missing. Like I probably rap in my car at least like once a week, and we'll literally like throw it out there, or like just sing just for in the morning. I love to sing.
Now, do you got a top 3 favorite Juvenile song list you have?
Oh my God, why are you doing this to me, Adrian?
Cause I gotta put you on the spot. Old friends, remember?
Back that ass up.
Shout out Manny Fresh for the beat.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my God. I can't think of any. I'm having like low brain fart.
Gotta
about
do slow
high?
motion,
Yeah.
What about High?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What'd you say? What
Slow
about
motion.
Oh yeah, slow motion for you.
love
Absolutely,
that. Yeah, I love that one.
absolutely.
500 Degrees.
Yes, that one too. Oh my God, yes. But like I said, I love Juvie, but I was really big on DMX.
So that was
Love it, yeah.
now that I'm thinking about DMX is probably one of the most passionate artists.
Yeah.
Remember,
I mean,
Tupac.
yes. Oh, I love Tupac. I hate to say I love Biggie. I don't have like a pick one side.
You don't got a
know what I
top
mean?
5,
Like,
do you? You don't.
No,
I could tell.
no, because I'm telling you, I'm not just into rap. I'm into a lot of.
I'm saying even if somebody ever asked you of a top 5 rap, would you have one or is just still?
It'd be all the older stuff: Tupac, Biggie, DMX.
Juvenile.
No, that's probably not.
Not your
mine.
top 5?
No, that's more of like the club rap.
Okay.
You know
What's
what
your
I'm
thoughts on
saying?
Ludacris though?
Ludacris is a lyricist, absolutely.
Okay.
1,000,000%. Love me some Luda.
Well, move, bitch, get out the way. That song made the club.
1,000,000%. Absolutely.
Southern Hospitality.
And let's get on Pharrell. I love me some Pharrell too.
Oh, yeah.
That's not necessarily
Neptunes.
just rap, but like I love the beats, the tracks. Yeah, all of that too.
Would you agree? Somebody said DMX is like the heavy metal hip hop.
I feel like he should have been bigger than what he was.
What?
I think-
Is it possible?
Yeah.
It's
I do
possible?
think it was possible.
He was very big.
Someone like Michael
Yeah.
Jackson type big.
Yeah, I mean, he should have been one of the top if he wasn't already. In my opinion, I feel like he
Like he was.
like Biggie Pac, but
He had back-to-back
almost,
platinums.
you know what I'm saying?
I think,
Like, yeah. I think that, like I said, a lot of it was the struggles he went through with himself. You know what I mean? And I think that is one of the biggest things that attracted me to him.
Especially in that
as an
song,
artist.
Damien.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
it was
absolutely.
the guy named
He
Party
did a lot
Army.
of Def Jam. I was into the poetry with Def Jam.
Him and Kanye, back then. Yep.
Absolutely. I actually got a tattoo that I've had removed since then.
Of Kanye? Don't say Kanye, the bear?
What was that? Bittersweet?
You're gonna be the death of me. I don't love you.
Oh, wow.
I need you. At the very same time.
So you got a tattoo of
I
that?
literally got bittersweet, literally right here because of that Kanye.
They said I never did this
wow.
before. That's what the
Yep.
version said.
Yep,
wow.
Good,
literally.
Now, what do you feel
I
about
am a poet. That's something I finally got back into and doing. I love doing spoken word. So this past summer, you know, it was a healing thing for me too. Closing the shops down was really because I had lost myself and forgotten that I love a lot of other things too. I'm not, you know, I'm not just the brow girl.
So
You know, like I'm an artist when it comes to
you're
poetry.
a verbal artist,
Yeah.
a visual
Yes,
artist.
yes.
Do you paint?
Yes, I paint. Yes, I do.
Well, of course, you're an artist. What am I talking about?
Yes, I absolutely. But I mean, artistry is not just, you know, you don't necessarily know how to paint as an artist. I mean, there is artists that create music or beats or play instruments, you know, and can't draw a stick figure. You know what I mean? I mean, there's different types and genres of artistry. People who culinary, you know what I mean? Cooking, baking. I mean, seamstressy, tailors. There's art in everything, Adrian. You know. But for me, I am very stimulated by art.
Okay.
And that was when I finally accepted that and stopped trying to people please in a sense of like degrees and knowing numbers and history and science and all that other stuff that I've not been the best at before, only to when it applies to what I need it to apply to, because I obviously am a business owner. You become a lot more empowered when you don't dull your light because of the things where you feel like you're weak at. Everyone has weak, you know, parts of them, but it's okay because you have to definitely just continue to work on your strengths and be accountable and acknowledge your weaknesses and just try your absolute hardest all the time.
Now, I do want to know, I know you mentioned all the stuff that you like to do. What other things that you like to do to wind down?
To wind down?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, it depends on. I mean, that's kind of. I have clinical ADHD. Like I literally take medicine, and it's been for a while now. So when I find interest in something, I hyperfixate on it, and then I like keep doing that for a period, and then I'm bored with it. You know what I mean? So
because you
changes.
mastered it.
Yeah, it changes for me. There was a moment where. Painting, you know, just canvas painting at any day of the week was super stimulating for me and would help me, and I found pleasure in. Then you know, kind of get sick of that, and then maybe writing poetry or going to man. I gotta shout out RG. RG, thank you so much for this summer. But
Salute.
RG is a good friend of mine who did a lot of events at the in Highland Park.
Oh, at that art spot?
Yeah, the poetry.
It's like a white
Let
building?
me think of it. It's gonna kill me. She's gonna be so mad at me. But there was a couple. I'll get back to it. I promise I'm gonna remember the location of this place.
It's not on Woolworth.
Poetry in the Park. Poetry in the Park.
Yeah.
Yep. Poetry in the Park. It's on Woodward. Yes.
It's on Woolworth. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Quran? No, is that? No. I know.
Okay, all right. Well, RG's really good friends with these people, and you know I've met them not enough times to know everybody by name like that. But I did I made a lot of visits down there this past summer, and I was able to, like I said, when there was an event coming up, it allowed me to start working more on, you know, writing again, you know, because when you become so busy and so intertwined with running businesses, it's very easy to stop doing the things you really are passionate about or enjoy doing on your leisure time.
You can't give up the hobbies.
Yeah. And I'm still working on that because, you know, I'm also trying to get back in shape. I know a lot of people have asked me, oh my God, Nady, what are you, on a shot or something? What, you done lost all this weight? That was also what I was struggling with, you know. It was a little bit of a depression there with all of what I was juggling. And, you know, it was hard to take care of myself, you know. So being a little bit more health conscious and, focusing on, I'm 40 now. I'm not 20 years old no more. Like I really got to start working on taking care of myself, especially as a business owner. You tend to really, really neglect yourself in the process. So this transition has just really been amazing.
That's the poetry there in the park. Karan and I Rock Local.
There's probably a couple of episodes here with me on them.
I had a rap battle over there, and I didn't do the best at all. But
you need to follow me. You need to follow me. We probably know a bunch of the same people.
I don't do social media other than this podcast. I don't do social media. So if we have
got to stay, listen, to have some of the coolest people on here, sometimes the connection or the plug is social media. You know what I mean? And to leverage social media to work with for you in a way that, nurtures what you're trying to do. Like this podcast, for instance, I'm honored to be on here. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for me seeing it on social media, the mention of me, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Oh, we would have found you.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would have came up there for some eyebrows.
It's been how many years now, Adrian?
I would have came up there for some eyebrows. For real. You never know.
Oh, go man. But I really appreciate you guys for having me.
And no, we appreciate you for coming by.
Yeah.
And I do want to ask you something too.
Sure.
Having a busy life, entrepreneurship, this, that, and the other. I want to know, how do you balance, being a mother, a wife, while juggling multiple businesses?
Yeah. One day at a time.
One day at a time?
Fortunately for me, I have had a really great support system. My husband has really, honestly, been extraordinary in that way. He is not ashamed to, switch spots sometimes with me. Like if I gotta be home, I gotta be home. You gotta go, show the houses or do what you're doing. My husband has a few little different hustles that he does, and things that he's working on right now, and we help each other in that way. You know what I mean? We don't have a problem. He might cook that night and I might need to work, or I might be home and he needs to go out. Like that's what it's all about, is having the right support system with
teamwork,
kids.
make the dream work.
Yes. Now that's not everybody's situation though. And it is difficult. And it wasn't even my situation prior to meeting him. Thank God that I was very conscious about that when considering, getting married again after being single with Jazz for so long. That this person is going to be a great partner in every aspect, so for me, that is one way how I juggle it. Having people that are like family, because a lot of times family, they're all going through the same thing, and like I am, like I would never get mad at them for saying I can't help you with the kids, but just having the right people around you to help, it takes a village. Like that's a real
facts. That's a real
my
thing.
clients at Fairlane, and you probably remember, Adrian, when I used to have to bring Jazzy up there. She was 4 or 5 years old at the time. I
remember you had to bring the black cats up there.
Oh my God!
Hey,
Don't bring
black
up the black cats now. Don't bring up the black cat.
I'm just saying the dags.
That was not a good ending. The story for them was not a good ending. Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely funny. But my clients helped me with Jazzy even, like while they were waiting on their turn for brows, they run her up to the food court or, help me,
I can't imagine
sit her down and do
21.
homework with them. Like, it does take a village to be not just an entrepreneur, but even a female entrepreneur who may be a wife or maybe not, or might be a mom and not necessarily, a spouse, but it's still a lot. And having a great team, women that turn into almost like sisters, who even you guys work together to kind of help each other out too.
Yeah, we work together.
And these are all of the amazing parts of leadership, and teams, team building,
and you grow
team
together.
bonds. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you juggle it. And then also, just like I said, not doing it all yourself, even though I predominantly do, but not doing it all yourself and not being afraid to delegate and, hire people to help you with things. Like, I have someone I have to shout out, I Define Progress, my brother Clarence. When I met him, I was at a very pivotal point. I was making a lot of money, but it was hard for me to work my social media or run my websites and do all that type of stuff. So when I found Clarence, he really helped me level up that portion of my career. And that was right when I opened up the beauty bar. So you really got to place the right people in positions of delegation, per se. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: have you ever offered your services to any type of celebrities?
I have. I mean, I would say local celebrities or like hood famous. Yeah.
Like who? You got to talk about.
I mean, I've done a lot of news faces. I've done, as far as news people, I've done Marielle Liu. I've done Andrea Isom, Amy Andrews. I have done a lot of people in the political realm of things. I'm really trying to get our new mayor,
Sheffield.
yeah, I'm trying to get her in my chair. I just went to an event that she had downtown for the Detroit Startup round 2 portion of that grant that she created for people who want to start businesses in Detroit. I was able to meet her and take pictures with her, and it was just amazing. And what was really amazing is she knew who I was when we made eye contact, and I almost like fell to the floor because I was like, I can't believe she actually knows who I am. You know, like I am a person that even though I know people know me, I still don't like carry myself like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, and I really like have a hard time being
that's real though.
Approached or like acknowledged in public because I still am like a weirdo, like in real life. Like I'm a normal person, you know. Like I don't.
You are who you are.
Like that, yeah.
Has anybody from the local movie scene reached out to you?
I've done like I've done like God, what is her name? Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. Just a lot, not just one.
You've been
a
in
lot
front of the camera.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of Tubi actresses. I've done a lot of local influencers. Randy Rosario is my homegirl. Shout out to Randy. I have done the baddies, Renee. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know the show, but I don't know.
What is Jasmine Renee? Jasmine Renee.
The name sounds familiar.
Kill me, Jazz. Jasmine Renee is from Detroit. She's Cash Doll's best friend, and she was doing the baddies thing for a moment, and I don't think she's doing it no more. But Jasmine Renee has came to me. A lot of people, like I said, locally. Not so much like not locally. Yeah, so no one like huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you're good at hooking up people. Would you ever, or have you ever been matchmaker?
Like as in like
Good
relationship? Are you like reaching right now?
No, I'm not reaching.
Yes, you are, because you just showed.
I'm not reaching. No.
Oh
He did just show me that. Man. That's bad timing. I was gonna ask that question prior to him showing me.
Oh my God.
I just feel like you're good at like networking. Some people could be like, this person would be good with that person, but I'm specifically.
You know what's crazy? I am not necessarily. My clients have helped me network with people. You know what I mean? And then that ends up helping me network with other people. And then that helps me end up, you know what I mean? So it's just been a blessing that I've been able to provide services that, you know, not just the services, but even just me, you know, my relationships with people have blessed me to be around, some pretty influential people who have their own network or their own community that has allowed me to continue to make money and establish great, solid friendships or business relationships or great networking opportunities. You know, that's what it's really about. For me, I could care less, honestly. Can I be very honest?
Go for it.
I don't really enjoy doing celebrities.
No?
Even local celebrities.
Is it because they come with a personality, or is
it's no, because I mean they have good personalities. It's just that sometimes it's the fact that they're celebrities, you know, sometimes there is like a certain, you know, special treatment that they may expect.
Like a prima donna type thing.
Yeah, and not all of them, but and let me tell you something. And this, for instance, Jasmine Renee. That I've been friends with Jasmine since, or at least been doing her brows since I was like 18 years old, 19 years old, from the nail salon days. And it's before she got that big, you know what I mean? And I look at her as a friend and like a sister. So I could have like a Jazz, like, you can't be late like that, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you can't expect me to still accommodate when I have a full house in here and your appointment's passed. This is just an example, not necessarily that I've gone through that with her specifically. Yeah. But I am not afraid to treat you like a person at the end of the day because you're messing with my money. You know what I mean? Or I don't want you messing with my money. I could care less about the celebrity portion of it. I have a family to feed. I have kids to feed. You know, this is my time. Like the only way I make money is actually showing up for you. You know what I mean? So celebrity or not, unless I see fit that if I do something for free for you and we're going to exchange it in a means of maybe collaborating on content or, you know, doing something that would benefit us in that aspect. And there's a respect in that decision or that deal or that whatever. I'm just not celebrity struck. I really am not. My normal 9-to-5, hardworking, you know, honest working women who really, really want the service and they value my time, my experience, my knowledge base, who I am as a person, being a mom myself, you know, having to get home and, you know, all that like that is my preferred client.
You know, here on the Take, I'm going to change the subject, just tweak it a little bit. Yeah. Here on the Takeoff podcast, we are very, very, very much connoisseurs of different type of cuisine. In other words, we like to eat.
Okay.
We want to know favorite restaurants and favorite foods you like to eat.
Oh, man. Currently, my my most recent excellent experience was at Stephen Lilly's on the Green. It's in Farmington, so I
got me
saw,
on that.
Yeah. There's some hidden gems. Like not every nice restaurant or good restaurant is just in the downtown area or like locally. You know,
I agree to that.
We know that.
You know, here there. I really like and. I follow him kind of, but shout out to Christopher Kyle. That's how I saw it. He had kind of did a, you know, visit there and a tasting there, and he kind of showcases the, you know, businesses.
What kind of food do they serve?
I would say like definitely Italian, steak, seafood, you know, pretty much a mixture of everything.
Like kind of upscale.
It's just even the ambiance too was just as good as the food was. The ambiance was just really smooth.
So for people,
Frank Sinatra-ish vibe in there.
For people,
jazz playing, yeah.
For people like myself who are plant-based, do you know any good restaurants to check out?
That are what based?
Plant-based, because
Plant-based.
I mainly only go to Mediterranean spots.
I mean, that's literally me, obviously, but I wouldn't know how to really tell you that because I enjoy my meat. I enjoy eating meat too.
Oh yeah,
so,
I can't do that.
I'm not just going to places just.
This guy.
It don't have.
I
to
haven't
be like
eaten
that.
meat in like other
I'm
than
not
seafood.
just going places just because it's a vegan spot. I do like maybe on a everyday realm, maybe like a Brome. Like they have excellent a Brome.
Is that a spot or a plate?
Called Brome.
I've never heard of it.
I mean, that's not like a fancy restaurant, but it's definitely a really good spot.
I don't care. I like greasy bag restaurants. Even though I know I just said I'm plant-based, I like the hood stuff. I like the ambiance of.
Well, how
if
you're a vegetarian?
No, I'm saying that I know
or
it.
plant-based.
Do you know what I got to deal with this guy?
No, you know what?
I just like the ambiance of some.
I know there are some
some
awesome vegan spots, you know, down in the city, but I mean, not know what you're talking about.
No, I'm just saying I don't want to have
like
to wear
a bag spot, but yet you're plant-based.
You shouldn't
ask. What are you talking about?
You shouldn't ask.
A falafel bag could be greasy. Let's.
Okay, let's.
I mean, okay, but not really. I don't know.
What I'm saying is I don't like to really feel like I got to dress up just for a meal.
Cooked in olive oil if it's being done right.
That's true.
It's still healthier.
You know,
or healthy.
I'm just saying, I just don't like to have to feel like I got to be suit and tie to eat.
He's a fake plant-based.
No, you know what he is.
He like sneaks and has a burger every so often.
I call it the proper term. He's a hood vegan.
Yeah, okay.
He's a hood vegan.
I've been eating good for the past 3 weeks. Before this 3 weeks, I was doing the seafood.
Are you plant-based on a newer like thing?
I'm really like pescatarian, but for the last 3 weeks, it's been nothing but all
plant-based with pescatarian.
No, I haven't done I haven't eaten fish in like 3.5 weeks.
I tried to be a vegetarian for like 6 months, and it was pretty cool. It was very, very difficult because I mean, I just watched the wrong documentary. That What the Health.
Hey,
I was like traumatized. I was traumatized for life after that. Was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I can't even do it no more. And I literally went vegetarian for like 6 months. And the only reason why I stopped was I got pregnant again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I never went back.
Oh, those cravings, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it ended up being like the iron. I really wanted the red meat, you know, so that I think it was like an iron situation. So.
That What the Hell traumatized me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So plant-based is really cool, but I would have to at least do the pescatarian thing. Yeah. I think I could stop eating red meat and chicken. You know, I love some seafood. I love seafood. All types of seafood.
Me too.
The problem with me is dairy. That's probably the only problem with
dairy?
Me. Yeah, because
I like dairy, but I could probably like go with supplementing, you know, or just not anything at all. Because let me tell you, my sister was a vegan for 5 years, and she made me some vegan mac and cheese. And that comes from like making like some type of cashew, sauce,
Cashew milk
and
or,
some type of other flavorings that make it taste like mac and cheese.
It's a mushroom too
that
that
go?
tastes like
And a
cheese, too,
mushroom,
yeah.
right? And I was like, no.
That wasn't it.
And it was good.
I was about to say it's good, but it's extra
good.
steps to
It's
make
good,
it.
but you really just like when you're first trying something and you know how it's supposed to taste, it's like you almost got to get yourself used to it a little bit. Like, okay, I could eat this, but it's not like, oh, this is bomb. You know?
It's not gonna hit like the regular.
No. And I'm sure there's stuff out there, but I love me a steak. I could go without chicken. I feel like steak and seafood is like my or lamb chops.
I haven't had a steak in
Lebanese.
almost
We
10
love
years.
us some lamb chops.
I'm the opposite. I can go without red meat, but it's something about them lemon pepper wings.
I do like wings. I do.
What?
No, if that's what you like. I know for
love
me,
some
the hardest
lemon
meat to
pepper
give up
wings or
was...
some red buffalo hot or something like that. Oh yeah, get down with some wings.
You like dry rub or the wet rub when it comes to wings?
Probably both. If it's dry, it'd probably have to be the lemon pepper. Maybe nothing else.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe a little Cajun something, but I don't really want to taste anything else dry rub wise. I'm a consistency or texture person too.
I literally had a blast from the past. I remember when I first met you, you was talking about I like eating grits with bacon in them.
With bacon in them?
Yeah, cheese grits with bacon.
No, Adrian, that wasn't me.
You sure
I
it
probably
wasn't?
told you to shrimp. I come from a Muslim background.
I know,
so
but
it's not that I haven't tried bacon before. Mom, my siblings, forgive me. I've definitely had my experimenting with bacon, and it.
But it wasn't pork bacon. I think you told
Yeah.
me it was turkey bacon. I think.
It could have been. I mean, I've only liked grits with shrimp, like shrimp grits, like with the
I heard that
down
before.
south style.
I've
Like,
never
that's
tried
my
that.
favorite.
As much as I like
Yeah.
both of those, I've never tried shrimp with grits.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I've never
I just had it yesterday actually because we went down to Joe Muir's for a brunch and they had it down there.
How is Joe Muir's?
That was the first time I went for the brunch style menu, which was good, but it's still like $85 for, I feel like it should have been more, but I love Joe Muir's.
I don't know if it's still open, but have you ever been to Texas Day Brazil?
I have, but maybe once and once only.
Yeah,
I'm not really like big on like, my meat being like
What, cut in
like
front of
cut
you? Or
in front
what?
of me or like, that one time, I think I only went one time.
But it's unlimited, though. and
I
it's
know,
good.
but I don't eat
don't eat
like
meat.
that.
You know,
I'm
This
not
is
like
a-
a
I went
buffet
years
or
ago
like
back when I was
a large amount of food type of person. Like I really like to go in and order like what I want and just be.
So you one of those women who will always have a to-go box because you're not going to finish.
1,000%. I'll have lunch for the next day. Absolutely,
Man.
absolutely.
So nobody's helping you with that meal, huh?
No, well, I mean, as long as my kids don't get near it or something.
That's what I was wondering. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Now, are you a dessert person?
I can be. It depends. I feel like I like gelato, like more ice cream style desserts than like cookies or brownies and stuff like
I
that.
don't know what gelato is.
Like
I
ice
like
cream.
ice cream.
Like ice cream.
Oh, okay, I might
Well,
be.
okay. Gelato's big in my culture, so especially like pistachio flavored or sherbet flavored or
I love sherbet.
yeah, like stuff like that. That's like kind of big for us. Yeah, I love some ice cream. I love ice cream.
Reason why I asked because
He knows a good spot.
yeah, I
Oh,
was
go
getting
ahead,
ready.
I'm sorry.
I was getting. No, you. No, it's cool.
Go
It's
ahead.
cool.
I forgot the name
No,
of it. Go ahead.
we both went to that spot down there in Dearborn. What's on Schaefer?
Gelato.
It's called Cheat Treats.
Oh, Cheat Treat. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I love that spot.
that's the ice cream spot, absolutely. And
Yes.
they had those the taco
Choco Taco.
Yeah, with the
Vegan ice cream too, y'all.
But they had the little what's it called on it? The Dubai chocolate with the pistachio stuff on there.
Oh,
too.
they got that on there.
They dropped that this past summer. I never got a chance to go down there and try it.
They
There
got-
was a whole Dubai chocolate like trend this past summer.
I
They
never
got some
tried
good
it
stuff
either.
in there. They even got pizzas in there now.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I really like La Gelato. I like that place because it's like ice cream, but like more gourmet style ice cream. And they got like butter. What you call them cookies on the airplane? Biscoff.
Biscoff, yeah.
They got like
Wow.
Biscoff,
Yeah, I know the Biscoff.
flavored
Hold on,
gelato.
that's-
Like imagine like, and they dressed it up with like
They butter
Biscoff
cookies.
cookies on the top, and it's just all super amazing.
You know, now we talk about that. You know, if I butcher the name, forgive me.
Okay.
Shatila's Bakery, right there.
Shatila's.
Shatila's, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some good stuff in there too.
Shatila's is definitely a staple. There's a lot of different bakeries, but Shatila is probably one of the biggest staple bakeries in the Dearborn community.
Yes.
They've also expanded, into like 2 or 3, maybe even if I'm not mistaken, maybe even up to 6 different locations.
That many?
Yeah, but
Franchise?
the East Dearborn location is the biggest one. That is a really nice little. It's beautiful. It's not little actually. When you go in there, they've got a palm tree in the middle. Of
Yeah, I
the
know.
bakery.
Yeah.
It's
And it's an indoor. The palm tree is inside.
yeah.
Oh
It's a
man, I would
beautiful
definitely want to
bakery.
go there.
And
Oh, you gonna like it,
they
yeah.
they do great business. I've never had a bad experience with Shatila Bakery.
Because they got like a whole variety of
They do.
desserts, bakeries, all that stuff.
Gato, like pastries.
Now, I do want to rewind a little bit with this question. You said you do spoken word. Have you ever had stage fright? And if so, what advice would you give to somebody who has it?
I always have stage fright, and no one ever knows it. It's crazy. It doesn't matter what type of speaking I'm doing. I'm always kind of like freaking out a little bit internally. I just try to pretend that the camera, or if it's a camera thing, that's another person that I'm talking to. I try to, like, that's what helps me with a camera situation. If it's like an audience of people, I still try to kind of keep the same concept, that I'm talking to one person instead of like however many is in the audience.
So, if you performing or I guess speaking, are you
I literally
capable of
gaze
locking
out and pretend that there is one person in front of me.
I'm saying, but would you,
Yeah.
when you go back and review your performance, would you be like, damn, I was staring at that one person the whole time? Or would you look at him for a minute, and this person for a minute, that person?
So when I'm doing, per se, spoken word, I'm not at the point where I can do it by heart. You know, like I still have to reference to like what I have written in my notes. And so from the phone to the audience, from the phone, to the audience, it kind of helps a little. But I want to get to the point where I don't have to read from my phone anymore. I want to be able to memorize my pieces and really add the eye contact, emotion too. Everything I'm saying, I want it to be felt as well. So I really just try to like pretend that it's one person instead of so many other people, and to also just pay attention to the message I'm trying to deliver.
Have you spoke at? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, have you ever performed at Nandy's Knowledge Cafe?
No, not Nandy's. I have gone down to Spotlight. Have you ever heard of Spotlight?
Where is that at? Oh, wait, on the
Detroit.
east side?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have not been in there.
It's so
I've been
dope.
wanting to,
It's
'cause
so dope in there. I mean, Poetry in the Park is amazing just because it's so small and so intimate.
That's why I love battling there.
See,
Wow.
I love an intimate crowd too. Like I honestly, sometimes the smaller the crowd, the better I am.
You know,
what
they
I'm
do a
saying?
late night show there too. Detroit has a late night show
I
out of there.
think that's when we go.
Yeah,
Or
they
when
have
we
a bunch of.
gone, we're the late night.
I believe Quran. I could be wrong. I
we
believe.
go. I believe from like 9 to 12. Is that what you mean?
I
Or
think
later
so.
than that, because it's always been pretty much over around midnight.
I just know they got a couch and a
We're
desk.
not
there.
in the best area of Detroit either. So like,
And this
we
Poetry in
ain't
the
got
Not that bad though. It's right off of
Well,
Woodward. No, who's gonna do
when
something
you're
right off
not when some people that come are not from the city, so you
So
know,
they will be flipping out. But
not flipping out, but I mean, you do kind of want to understand you're in unfamiliar grounds. You know what I mean?
park by
So
the
you
gas
kinda-
station with all that light. That's a bright ass gas station.
I mean, that's if you find parking,
That's
because
true.
it gets
That's true.
so packed.
That's true.
And even with Spotlight being like a little bit more of a bigger event space, but you're
Mm.
still in Detroit, like you're also in an alleyway. So like, I mean, depending on how many people are there, it makes it a little bit.
I remember
And
like
just to be clear, we talking about Poetry in the Park.
Poetry in the Park. Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's in
happened at a
Highland
spot called I Rock Local off of
Yeah.
Woodward. I want to say a guy named Karan runs it,
Yeah.
and it
I've
might be a few
never
other
had-
people. I always know it was him.
Yeah, I've never had a bad experience
Me
there,
either.
ever.
Oh.
Like ever, ever. And it's funny because I feel like I was initially kind of like intimidated, like maybe I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb when I walk in here, like not to know, it's a little Arab girl walking in here, but like it was so diverse when I walked in there,
Yeah.
and that is the beautiful part about poetry, is that there's so many amazing poets out here.
Yeah.
Words
It
are a
doesn't
vibe.
matter. Yeah, it's
Words are a
literally it's poetry is also a culture.
I remember I went to a rap battle event there, and this girl passed out. We was all just enjoying the rap battle, and we all heard a thump.
And we have like almost like rap battles that are done in poetry style.
Well, a lot
You
of
know
those
what I mean?
poets
Like
are
that.
rap
And you
rappers.
got slam
it's
poetry.
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
They're
the,
battlers,
the amount of talent that it brings.
Since we're talking about words, I ask all my guests this: words have meaning. Do you believe in manifestations?
My entire life is based on manifestation. Absolutely. I am not a religious person. I this is probably a touchy topic for me. I was born and raised Muslim. You know, obviously my parents are the most beautiful people in the world. They are very spiritual, very into God, and very into their faith. And it has always been instilled in me to be faithful and to, you know, acknowledge God and always put him first. And, you know, I have always done that. Now, it has been a struggle because I am a very curious person. As always, I'm just always asking questions. And even though I'm told that something is the truth or the right faith or the right way, or, you know, you got to accept, you know, for instance, Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior to get into heaven, or you got to accept Muhammad and Allah as your, you know what I mean, to get into heaven. I have always just had a really hard time accepting that you have to accept one specific God or religion or way to go to heaven. Like I'm more of like a person that feels like who you are as a person in life is what really matters most, and that your journey or your with your faith is personal.
Facts.
And that no matter whichever way you were raised or taught, that it's okay to be curious, and it's okay to want to know more about other faiths, or, you know, just maybe even curate your own faith, you know, that you still believe in God, you're still very spiritual, but, you know, your relationship with God is not labeled. And this is something I've struggled with for a very bulky part of my life. And I just, how do we get here?
Manifestation.
Manifestation, yeah.
And that's a big piece of it for me. Manifestation is also, for some people, spiritual. And
That's true.
definitely for me, it's definitely spiritual, because I do believe that your faith is intertwined into that somehow, some way, or can be. I also feel like the energy and the mentality and what you speak out of your mouth, whether negative or positive, is very, very, you know, can affect you.
Absolutely.
Big time.
So you are somewhat agnostic, though, correct?
Oh,
Okay.
definitely. Very much so. But like I said, I just feel like energy is real. You
Absolutely.
know? Like, and it's not just, it all comes back to you, because I feel like you're going to give off an energy and people are going to try to give off an energy. So you have to definitely be around the right type of people.
I know.
I got to say this too, not to cut you off, but I got to mention this. Since you were talking about you're not religious, I'm not either, if you're talking about the traditional sense. But one thing the scriptures definitely mention, it says in the beginning, there was the word. Word. Word is energy, power, which
Yeah.
you put in the atmosphere.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I just had to mention that real quick.
I know it's
I respect that.
this guy. I want to say it was Khalil Gibran. I could be wrong. He had a.
Khalil Gibran. That's how you say it.
How do you say it?
Yeah, Khalil Gibran.
Okay. Yeah, I can't mimic that. But
Khalil is Khalil in Arabic.
Halil Gibran.
You got to put the on there.
I can't do that.
I know.
I can't even roll
I
my
know,
R's
it's
for the.
good.
Could you say it one more time?
The
Legit.
yeah, we got you. Almost got it.
But I know he has a quote. I want to say it's him.
Gibran is he's amazing.
His
One of
quote
my
is something like, "All religions must be tolerated, for every man must find his own path to heaven." When I first read that, I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, I love Gibran. Not a lot of people. That's a different type of poetry.
Yeah.
It's very, very deep.
I
And
read all.
symbolic.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost difficult for people to understand what he's saying. Well, with whatever topic he's speaking on, and for me, Gibran helped me through periods of death and loss, and just a very deep poet.
I'm be
Yeah.
honest. I didn't
love
know
that you
who.
brought him up. Yeah.
I didn't know who he was, but then I think Huey mentioned him like twice on Boondocks, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Who is this guy?" Then I did my research, started reading all this stuff. I was like, "Oh, this guy's deep,
Yeah.
real deep."
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. Beautiful. Yep.
Now, speaking of Boondocks, I got to ask you this question. Do you watch cartoons or anime or anything
I
like that?
wish. I mean, with my kids, but honestly, no. I've never really been. My daughter, absolutely, she loves her some anime, Boondocks. I
Boondocks
don't.
is
I've
anime,
never
y'all.
really been. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never really been into it. No.
Well, what's
I
some
don't really play like video games.
No.
No, I mean, my husband just recently got us an old school Nintendo. And
Oh,
he got us
Super or what we talking?
the old school boy, like the ones you gotta blow in the
cartridge?
tapes and stuff.
That's a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right there.
It was one before the Super too.
Yeah,
I can't
so
remember.
I
Duck
have
Hunt.
been really enjoying just having that little bit of like going a blast from the past type thing, and it's almost like a 3-in-1. So it's not like the actual.
Yeah, it's not
like
the.
it's got the Sega, the Nintendo.
It's one of
and
those aftermarket ones.
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
things.
yeah.
The controller be square like this.
Yeah, but it still takes those those old school.
It probably got like
cartridges and
150
stuff.
games on it. One of them type of things.
No, not this one. You actually do have to buy the single
Different,
ones.
okay.
Yeah. But I was really heavily into Sega, and I love.
I was a
Sega.
Nintendo person.
Sega.
I was a
Genesis.
Nintendo person too. Obviously, when we were kids. Well, how old are you?
38.
Okay, so kind of around the same age. I'm 40. I mean, I would say like Nintendo was more of like my, I don't know, like 5 to 9 or 10, and then I went into Sega, Sonic and all that.
Sonic used to
I
be
would
my-
say Sonic was my theme.
Mine
I don't know what y'all like about Sonic, man.
What you got against Sonic?
Oh man, I love me some Sonic.
I mean, I like
I
Super
was
Mario
huge
too.
Sega,
I like
Crash
Knuckles more than
Bandicoot,
Sonic.
The little Aladdin. I loved all them games.
So
Nah,
I do want to know what was
Streets
some of
of Rage.
Now I do remember
yeah, I love
Jurassic
Streets
Park
of
on the
Rage.
Sega
Yeah,
Genesis.
I was a wrestling girl too. I love watching like WCW, WWF.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
My God, you're gonna find this so funny, but Vader.
Vader.
Vader time.
Vader.
Yeah, that big fat guy with red and black.
Vader.
Yeah. Don't ask why. Yeah, it wasn't
Oh,
Hulk
wow.
Hogan. It wasn't Undertaker. And Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Not
Okay,
Kane.
I give you Stone Cold.
The Rock a little bit.
Where would you
a
put
little bit.
Kane though?
Say it again.
Kane.
Kane. Nah.
Oh wow.
No, I would say probably no. I would probably say Stone Cold would probably be the newer age favorite wrestler, and then
I give you that
then
one.
Vader would be like my old school. Like I love me some Vader. I don't know why.
What about Ric
I just
Flair?
thought he was yes. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, Ric Flair.
absolutely.
Come on now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did want to know what's some of your favorite movies of the past few years.
The past few years. Ooh.
If you've been watching stuff lately.
Ooh. No, honestly, I really haven't. I mean, I have been watching stuff, but not to say favorite. Not to say favorite.
so
I've not
What's
really...
some standout movies of the past 1 or 2 decades?
1 or 2 decades? Oh my God.
That goes back to like what? 20,
I'm not.
06?
You know what? Can I be honest? I'm more into like some really demented stuff. I'm
Not
more
horror movies.
not necessarily. I like documentaries more so.
Like real life, like ID.
Killer stuff and
Oh, what's the one they
murder
had on
stuff
Netflix?
And
They had a crazy one on Netflix.
oh, there's been many.
What about
Not the one where
how
the
I got
dude
away
was-
with murder?
That's okay. Yeah, definitely one. The Dahmer series
That was wild.
insane.
I can't watch it.
You didn't watch
You
that?
know what?
I ain't
Let me
watched
tell
it.
you something. I watched it, but I had to watch it like either with someone or like in intervals.
To
Like,
the
there were times when I did feel extremely uneasy and like had to go into prayer and be like,
Yeah.
Especially when that little-
I rebuke this
Too
energy. Like I gotta go to sleep. But I don't know what it is about like. I don't know if it's like for me. I'm always so fascinated with the way the brain works, and for me, it's not how disgusting is it that people get murdered and killed, and,
Especially like that.
like that, right? But for me, it's more about the fascination with how do you get to that point? The things that transpire in between.
Now, look, what about Monsters? About Kyle and the Menendez brothers.
Definitely watch that.
That was a good
Definitely
one, actually.
did. Yeah, for me, I hate to say I enjoy it more when they're actual real stories. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these stories I never knew were actually for real until I watched them. You know, so then it kind of like started trending again, and then they were trying to appeal again, and but at the same time, I mean, even documentaries can be a little misleading. Just based on how they want to portray it.
Yeah, because the entertainment value. And you realize a lot of that stuff didn't even happen.
I mean, you really got to do your research or be of the age of where you remember when it actually happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a few little incidents like the O.J. Simpson trial. I remember when that shit went down.
Me too.
And I was like, oh my God. That's why it's almost like, wow, to me. Yeah.
I'll tell you another
Watch
thing that
stuff
rocked the
like
city. When Kwame Kilpatrick got convicted.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
documentary.
definitely. Oh man, I have some stories.
Do tell.
No.
I remember.
I just remember that time, and I was single at that time, and I was just around a lot of the people that were around that controversy. So that period was it was crazy. Because like I said, I do a lot of people as clients. So in turn, I end up hanging out with a lot of people. So, you're just around a lot of, the city gossip or, the trending, oh, this is what's going on right now, So, yeah. Let's change onto the next one.
How about those lions?
Yeah. I can never not. How about those lions? My husband is he played football pretty much most of his life. So I've been around football since being with him. Definitely I'm not a diehard fan like he is. I think that my love for the Lions has grown tremendously since, I hate to say it because he calls me like a fake fan.
Since they started winning?
Since they started getting better. And so he's been a diehard fan since they sucked. You know what I'm saying? When he used to tell Jazzy, when the Lions win the Super Bowl, I'm gonna get you a puppy, and I'd be like, Jazz, you ain't never getting a puppy.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
damn.
And then to most recently, we've become such big fans that we've become season ticket holders and gone to all of the games and just super diehard fans. So
now, what kind of coat do you wear out there? Oh no, I'm saying it's not a stadium, it's a dome. I forgot.
Yeah.
Some people still do. It's not,
It's closed in.
Yeah, it's closed in. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I ask all the guests here: are you a college football fan by any chance?
College? I mean, let me tell you, I became more into football as my husband introduced me into the football world. For us, before that, I mean, football was like soccer. You know what I mean? So don't forget, I'm Arab at the end of the day too. So yeah, football was never something I grew up around like that. So
because I was going to ask you, are you a Wolverines fan? You got to be.
U of M all day long. Just because one, my daughter went to U of M when she went to college. My husband is definitely also a U of M fan.
Your sister?
My sister, definitely. And most of my family members, almost all, if I'm not, anyone who went to U of M, yeah. Lots of people in my family went to U of M.
Go Blue, baby.
So I was always been trained to be anti-state.
Now, I did have a question about these Brazilian waxes. If we
how do we go from football to Brazilian waxes? He's like, I'm not going to forget about this. No, you got to go back to that.
No, I want to know, has anybody ever been in your facility and it was their first time getting the wax and y'all just all heard a scream?
Yeah, absolutely.
That happened
many a times. And I hate to say it was my husband that hear it more than me, because my husband was predominantly in the beauty bar facility, and I was predominantly more in the ink bar and the Academy facility. So the body waxing was happening in the beauty bar facility. So he would be the one to come home and just, oh my God, I shouldn't even be saying this because we're going to have some clients be like, oh my God, what if he was laughing at me?
I mean, no, it was long ago.
Yeah, you ain't got it.
I'm
just cool.
I'm so playing. I really don't care because it's just for fun and laughs at the end of the day. But yeah, definitely.
It was more women than men?
We had men coming in there too.
That's what I figured. It was the men that's really doing the screaming.
And there was no like screaming or nothing.
I feel like women are numb to it, though.
I mean,
I don't even want to think about it.
Listen. Once you get used to it, and I am definitely not a person that was able to get used to it.
Yeah.
I tried it a couple of times. It's like, this is not for me. But when I say waxing just lasts so much longer, and it trains the hair to not be so coarse. Like as you gradually continue to do it, it makes that hair follicle a lot finer, softer, not so coarse. This is why waxing is a great hair removal method.
Do y'all do ears and nose too?
Everything.
Oh, wow.
Everything. And we do
Armpits.
manzillions. There are many straight men that come in for
how much would that cost? I did want to know.
I don't know because I'm not the one who offered the service.
Shout
out to Ari.
You want to get one?
Ari, save me here. Ari.
Shout out Ari.
Yeah. Ari was and is still our sugarist. Sugaring is a natural type of waxing for, like I said, every area of the body. And she was always our specialist and still is, because all the girls, we all made the move together. Mm-hmm. Back to that, we all made the move together. So we still are able to refer the same clients to each other and have all the clients accessible to all of us. and experience us as individuals versus like we're all under one roof. We are under one roof, but we each have our own studio literally in the same hallway. So we got 12 rooms in that building.
Now I want to ask you this, going back to you were saying about sometimes it could be a little messy. Now doing what you do, I'm pretty sure you have to be a lending ear, like be a therapist almost.
To who? To the clients?
To the clients, yes.
Oh, most definitely. Hell, there's days where they got to be mine. You know, this is the beauty of it. And you can't say it's not the same when you go into a barbershop. You know, like it's almost like a safe space, you know, like you just feel like you can let your shoulders down as the client if you're in the right person's chair, and as the artist if you have the right client in your chair, to build those types of relationships and those safe spaces where you literally you become like family in the moment of whether it's a 15-minute visit or a 3-hour visit, whatever the service entails, you are going to have a very intimate session with this person, whether it's of celebration or of loss or of trauma or of just honestly just a nothing state of just God, I can't wait for the winter to be over with, you know, just, you know, regular stuff. I mean, there's so many things I feel like we all need, you know, to kind of sit down and relax and take a breath, enjoy being pampered a little, and talk to someone who really can engage in some stimulating conversation. Even if that means a little bit of therapy too. Now,
for the people out there, could you plug in your business, where to find you, your address?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on Instagram, it's NadyB, NadyB 2022. And on Facebook, it's going to be NadyB INK Academy, I think. Just put in NadyB, it'll come right up. And those are my main two platforms. I am on, I would be lying if I said I'm very good with, God, what is that?
Social media?
Not social media. Instagram and Facebook are my main platforms. TikTok, I'm sorry, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you got to get good with that TikTok.
I'm on TikTok, but I really feel like I kind of have identified, you know, and I don't want to knock, you know, using every platform to your you know, your advantage. But for me, I feel like I have identified my clients and who they are and their ages or their demographics and all that type of stuff using primarily Instagram and Facebook. I am trying to get back involved with LinkedIn. I feel like this is something as we get into our more mature phases of entrepreneurship that we should be really treating LinkedIn more seriously. Because you don't want to get used to using the same platforms as your means of growing. And I've just recently gotten involved in something that I would have never fathomed, aside from tattooing areolas. Recently I accepted representing Detroit as Miss Detroit Corporate America, Miss Michigan Corporate America, and I was nominated. Thank you. Thank you. Good. But listen, I really thought it was a hoax when I got approached to do this.
That's great.
No lies, because the more followers you have, the more like fake, scammy things you're going to attract. And I hate to say I've been in those positions before where I thought something was real and it wasn't. You know, and for the most part, thank you God, you know, I have had pretty good experiences. But with this, when I opened it, I was like, this can't be real. And I was talking to the president of Michigan Corporate America, because it starts within your state.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, Corporate America is so fascinating. The idea and the concept is, I was just really like, this is real. Like, this is such an amazing concept that someone actually thought to have a twist on it, but make it a pageant for corporate women.
Right.
And a pageant for women who are successful entrepreneurs. But the catch is that you still have to be one that gives back, be one that has done a lot for your community, or be one that has made a difference in what you do and how you do it. So they definitely approached me about it, and it took me some time to accept it. And I also wanted, I don't know, I went back and forth with like feeling a little bit like I don't want to like take that opportunity from anybody else. And she was just like, look, we approached you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason to feel like that. If we approached you and we wanted you to represent your platform in a way that, you know, demonstrates that you have done all of this stuff to give back to, you know, your primary clientele type in your city, then That's it. See, I was born in Detroit and, you know, raised up until about 6 or 7, Dearborn. And then I left home in a crazy way at like 18 and went back into Detroit and lived in Detroit from like 18 to like 28 or close to 30, you know, until I came back to Dearborn for a very short period where I found the storefronts. That was the first time I was back living in Dearborn again, from living in Detroit. And then now, you know, in the Livonia area and working in the Canton area. But like I said, with this platform, Miss Corporate America, they prospect successful entrepreneurs or corporate women, and they have them join this pageant. And they city by city, you know, you compete against each other, and then you go to nationals in Florida. So the pageant is this April, end of April, and then whoever wins the pageant goes to nationals in June.
Now, I did want to know, do they still do the Detroit Hair Show?
I mean, I'm sure they do, but not the way it used to be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Have you ever been in?
No, because even though
dude?
I got licensed for hair and all that, I niched into brows, so I really never like did the hair show stuff like that.
But you got booths for people to do it though, right?
You know what? I feel like I would say when I got into tattooing, that part of my career, that's when I started like going to a lot of like conferences or expos or shows or summits, you know, and stuff like that. I don't feel like when I was at Fairlane per se, I did a lot of hair show stuff because like I said, it was really, my brow waxing business was kind of banging, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't do hair. And I didn't, in the most humblest way speaking, I didn't need to expand in like going to shows and stuff like that. I was okay. Yeah.
Because I always wonder, like, you know, even with that, you know, the genre.
I worked with people. Like when I told you I was at Trico, I worked with people that were in the hair shows.
Right.
But I wasn't in the hair shows because I was just doing the brow thing at that point.
Okay.
Now, do you do house calls at all?
No, not anymore. I used to before, and that would have to be a special scenario. If someone was like disabled or bedridden or something like that, I would probably, you know, consider it. If it was that type of situation, but not really, because now it's become really difficult with the rules and regulations of the health department. I would have to like, because even when we go to teach classes out of state, you know, or do anything where I'm teaching a class, like say at a hotel in my state, not in my studio, I have to pull like a temporary permit. So, I mean, working from the house is technically not legal, whether I'm visiting them or they're visiting me.
I just want to ask 2 questions.
Sure.
First one is, how scary was it when you first tattooed for you?
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Was the client also scared or?
Yeah, I mean, nerves, absolutely. But I was blessed and fortunate enough to have my first clients be my clients. You know what I mean? Because it was first just waxing their brows. You know what I mean? And so when I started learning how to microblade, that became my outlet, my main source of selling this new service, which was this tattooing. This microblading was the first thing that came into play for me. And, you know, my clients really trust me. And I think that I've given them a lot of reason to trust me. I don't do anything until I master it. Every certification I myself have ever gone to acquire, I've taken very seriously in practicing and making sure that I wasn't going to mess nobody up or cause any serious, you know, irreversible damage per se. In the beginning parts of anybody's tattoo, you know, journey, you're going to make some mistakes. But it's, you know, can I come back from this mistake? Is this something that I can patch up or cover up or repair as I continue to become a lot more skilled and more mastered in my craft? But then there is also tattoo removal. And I would be the first person that would be like, please let me pay for that removal. I'm never going to put myself in a situation where I don't do something that's going to fix a mistake that I personally made, you know? Thanks. So, but for me, even with the areola thing, as of recent, I spent a lot of time mastering that on fake skin, on latex skin before, you know, accepting my first person.
Now, I do got one more question. It's kind of morbid, but have you ever had to work on like a corpse or something for a funeral or anything?
I have never. I've been asked on so many different occasions, and I have not been able to do it. I personally I don't want to see my clients like that. I just recently went through something like that. I had a girl come to me for some permanent brows who I had no idea was gonna die a few weeks later.
Ooh.
And her mother called me and said, you know, can you come do her face for me? And I'm like, I can't. I'm coming to the funeral, but I can't come do her face. I will pay for someone to come do her face. Please let me take care of that and get that off your back. I will find someone who will make her look like an absolute doll for you, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
No.
And God bless the ones that do and can. And one of my bestest friends, Brittany, shout out to Beats by Brit. She pulled through and she came in for me and she did Alex's face for her for the funeral.
Now, I do want to know, after all the things that you're doing, what is the most rewarding experience that you get from what you're doing right now?
Definitely seeing how much I've been able to help people. How much I've been able to, that is the biggest piece, honestly. I can finally, you know, a lot of people were trying to understand like why I shut it all down and pivoted. It wasn't because I was struggling financially. It wasn't because of any of that. Like I really felt like I had did my part, you know, and I'm still doing, like I'm still teaching, but to the capacity of how I was doing it there and how many people, like thousands. At this point, it's been thousands of students, thousands of clients, hundreds of classes that I've taught, whether here or out of state. I feel like I've done my part with giving back, and that has always been my ultimate goal, was because I have been able to be embraced and loved and accepted and supported, that I want to make sure that other young women out there understand that, you know, you could too. You could too, and don't let anything that's ever happened to you, whether it's rejection from your family or from society or from being different or from, you know, believing different or seeing the world in a different light, be the reason why you don't still thrive, and continue to pass that along and uplift your other sisters who you're able to then, you know, a lot of my students have turned into the best instructors hands down in the city just as much, you know, and that is rewarding. Seeing the people that I've trained be in positions of, you know, you're an amazing instructor now, you're amazing business owner now, that is the most rewarding part of this for me.
I do got one final question for you. I just want to know, how good were you at cutting hair? Like, could you like do hearts in people's heads like Drake?
I never, no, I never got that. No, I would probably say that I just had the basics down, like the tapers. I was really, actually, I just need to send you a few of my my pictures of my work, because I still have some.
Okay.
And I still, like I said, I still cut my my sons and sometimes my husband.
You line up beards too?
All of that.
Okay.
Was it when I was at Trico when we were, or was it I was still at was I at Lee Nails at the nail salon? Do you remember if I was at the nail salon or the downstairs salon when?
I remember you was at the upstairs salon.
The upstairs salon.
That's where you were.
So you wouldn't have been able to see me like in action.
Yeah.
Cutting hair, but yeah. No,
Good times.
I would say I definitely would. I never messed nobody up. How about that?
Okay.
I wouldn't say I was the sweetest barber ever out there, but I would say that I was definitely.
As long as you didn't have an empty chair, the barber with the empty chairs.
No, never had an empty chair.
Talk about the first chair.
Yeah, the first.
Never ever.
Everybody know don't go to that one.
I'm telling you, my brother Derek was the man in that shop. Like that was the managers would look for his approval, and they were the owners, and he worked for them. You know what I'm saying? So like, if he was the one that said she's sweet, you know, go ahead.
He was that one.
He was that one, and I will forever be grateful for him, because he was also another very impactful person in my life.
Have you ever straight razor before too?
Hell yeah, I still straight razor.
Really?
I get scared.
I
gotta
think
see your
I probably, I don't want to start anything, but I would say I might have been maybe the person that started the straight razor finish on the brow scene like that, or one of the first at least. I don't want to claim it, but I wax, tweeze, and razor all in the same service. So it's a very, very thorough service, and using a straight razor is a skill that is not for the weak. Like you gotta really understand what you're doing.
Right.
Whether you're using a handle and you're working on a face or a neck or a beard or, you know, a lineup, or if you're working in a brow area.
And you gotta make sure you don't cut nobody.
Absolutely.
That movie Color Purple is the reason why I don't really. Hell no.
Yeah, definitely. Don't play with us.
Oh no, don't do that.
with us.
Oh
Throw
no,
the hot grits.
And my
none of
name's
that.
Nady. Like what?
no, we don't do that. No, but you know I
No,
gotta.
I love me a straight razor. Like I said, precision is stimulating for me.
You ever on a
what I'm saying?
switchblade?
I own multiple.
I feel like you could just.
Multiple. And I'm licensed to carry. Yeah.
They don't got to get it in the A. They don't need to know what.
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Do you sharpen it like with that long thing? Like,
Yes. Yeah, but there's new ways of sharpening a blade now.
I don't know. I think that's more, more tough. You see somebody.
And
cut
also,
for a
let me
shave.
tell you something. People don't really do that anymore because we are really into disposableness now. Like cleanliness is a huge thing now. So when you use that blade one time and you open it one time, that's supposed to be the one and last time you use that blade. So
Makes
it
sense.
I thought you
shouldn't
could
be
put it
a
under
real-
that blue light like they do with the Clippers.
That's not sanitary. It's
The
not-
blue lights
you-
I thought was
it's not
sanitary.
sanitary.
I don't know anything.
You talking about
I'm
the
just
clean
telling
ray?
you are very right. A lot of people do it. Hell, a lot of people don't use the blue light. A lot of people just alcohol that boy down and just use it a few
And to
times
me,
over.
that's sanitary too.
It's not because
okay.
I mean, what about
never had rape.
contamination? What about if they nick someone who's got some type of blood disorder,
Blood-borne pathogen,
Hep B, AIDS, HIV? I mean, you never know what you're dealing with. So when I teach everything like the right way.
So how much?
Every time I do a brow, because obviously I'm not a barber no more, but every time I do a brow, every one of my clients gets their own blade, and that blade is tossed in a sharps container after I'm finished.
How much is it for a pack of blades?
It's not cheap.
I figured
It's
it wasn't.
definitely not cheap.
yeah.
But if if you are a business person and you are making your prices based around not just what you feel the value of the service is, but also the cost of what it
Equipment?
costs
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to, then it's not. It's a business expense. It's a write off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all perspective at the end of the day. You shouldn't look at it like, oh, that's not cheap. No, it's not. But also, it's a write off at the end of the year. And
Right.
you are going to only attract more clients and better clients and higher paying clients and clients that don't care about the cost of what you charge versus the quality of what they're getting for the fact that you're opening up everything brand new and tossing it out,
It's about
right
doing it the
afterwards
right
for
way.
that person.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and then also once you start to like work with a bulk amount of people or you're using bulk amount of stuff like that many blades, you start buying stuff in bulk. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to go to Amazon and buy that. You're going to go to the source and buy that.
Just one more final
Yeah.
question. Speaking on weapons, have you ever owned a sword?
A sword?
Yeah.
One
around the house or something? Home defense?
I mean, a play sword maybe,
That'd be
but
like a
yeah, I
real-
think my husband has like a machete, maybe a dagger,
Yeah.
because he's into certain stuff, like movie wise, like
No, yeah, I know,
props
yeah,
and
prop-
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. He's into sci-fi, Star Wars, and all that other stuff too.
He probably got a lightsaber somewhere.
Yeah, total. Oh, we have multiples of those in the house.
So he like own themes like caricatures and different stuff.
I wouldn't say like he's all in, but he definitely has a few pieces here and there.
He got like what they call them toys, adult toys.
We have those lightsabers for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely. But we're also, my husband and myself have came from fishing and hunting backgrounds. So
Right.
You did mention that earlier.
fun fact about me is I am obsessed with fishing.
What's the wildest thing you ever caught?
I mean, I really haven't done a lot of like ocean fishing. I would have to say like I'm more of like a lake fisher.
Don't say catfish. I get it somebody
no,
catfish.
I love walleye. I love perch. I love bluegill. I don't really keep no rock bass. I like bass, but walleye is probably my favorite fish. Pike is probably a little bit more gamey, wilder of a fish.
you release
We've
them?
never ever kept catfish because growing up that was also something that we weren't allowed to do as far as like being Muslim.
Oh, they don't do. Oh,
yeah,
because it's
So like not eating pork was one thing,
And shrimp then,
also
too.
it's. I mean, now
Not
see,
supposed to do shrimp
You're
then.
not. You're not supposed to bottom feed.
bottom
bottom
feeders.
feeders,
what it
Yeah,
yeah.
bottom
is.
feeders.
So it's funny because I mean it's really really funny because yes, if you want to be like super duper like by the books with it, it's bottom feeders. You're
And
not
no web
supposed to-
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like frogs.
Because oh yeah, definitely not frogs. Yeah. So or anything that like no, I don't know. If that's
I wanna
does
say
a
a hoof-
duck
a hoof-
technically have wet
hoof calf. I think.
no, I don't know about web feet. I don't know about that. I don't think that's one of them. I think it's just a bottom feeder thing. Absolutely, catfish was a no.
Yeah.
Catfish
Crab,
was a no
lobster.
because like a pig, it will eat anything. So
Amazing.
that's one thing that I never like really got into like eating or keeping. I've tried catfish out of just being rebellious and curious. But But yeah, that's not something that I really like.
So is it easy to
blame
I
atone
feel like
for?
catfish is more of like a dock fishing or a pier fishing thing. I don't feel like you go out on a boat into like a middle of a
No, you
big
don't gotta go
lake,
far
like a
for that,
Michigan
yeah,
lake. I don't think that you're gonna like carp and catfish and all those types of fish with the little big lips and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of like your dock and pier fishing.
Now, do you release the fish back, or do
No.
you actually? Okay.
Absolutely not. No. If I'm fishing,
Something
I'm
like
gonna
it.
take the fish home. I'm gonna
Got
clean
it.
it. I'm gonna fry it. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Now, you're not big on hunting. Well, you said hunting too, right?
You know, I would love to go hunting. I just have not really been given the opportunity very often. My father-in-law has, and my brother-in-law, they go up north a lot. My dad and a lot of my cousins go up north a lot. But I work a lot.
Right.
And then I don't think I could deal with the aftermath of the deer being shot or something like that. Like I would say deer hunting would probably be the thing I would be most exposed to from like my, all those people I just mentioned. But like, I think it'd also break my heart because like I have like deer in my backyard.
Would you ever go paintball shooting?
I've done it before.
Oh yeah, how was it for
It's
you?
painful. It's fun as hell.
It is
It's
fun.
definitely painful. I've gotten some nice, horrible, actually looking bruises from.
I do got one final question.
Man, you said that.
No.
Yeah, let's not.
I just
I'm really enjoying this.
If all of your family came back from hunting and they all said, "Hey, we actually saw a Bigfoot," would you believe them?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Just want to know.
So you believe in
'Cause
Bigfoot
they
and
don't- they're not-
aliens and stuff like that?
I do. I believe that nothing is not possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we the only creatures that were that privileged to be the only creatures by God? Like, there's been dinosaurs before. There's been, a lot of different things before. They just found
Werewolves.
oceans under oceans. I
What's
mean,
your
like,
thought
Not a
on
saying-
dragons?
Now they're saying vampires exist.
no, I mean, I don't want to say as far as vampires. I mean, although nowadays,
Hey, you never know.
I'm telling you, nowadays, any and everything is possible. But
What about dragons though?
Look at the Loch Ness
no,
Monster.
I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily believe. I don't know. I wouldn't say like specifically Bigfoot, but like a creature in the nature or in the wild that was not necessarily exactly Bigfoot.
Komodo dragons. That's technically a dragon.
Man,
Yeah.
like the real
I
ones
think
in
he
the
means
sky.
like the ones in like the fairyland.
Well, you got the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland.
I mean, I do think that those things could be possible. Like I said, I mean, there are stories about mermaids, but then there's the real part. What is
They
the
said
real
that coming
thing?
true. They
What
got
is
pictures.
what is the old term they used to use for mermaids? What is it again? Yes.
Yeah, siren. That's
yes,
right.
sirens.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that past me. I wouldn't put that past me that there were some type of creatures in the ocean that, looked like or resembled a cross between a human and not.
They got pictures
Or
surfacing.
aliens. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say that aliens are not real. Like, I believe that there is some type of other life out there.
Now I don't know if y'all know
Now,
that.
if it comes in the form of like a big head and big eyes and it's green and got skinny,
Like bugged out.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like that's us. I feel like that's us who does those things.
Yeah.
But I gotta say this: have y'all heard about the pictures that are surfacing about real life mermaids? Like they really do exist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the sirens.
Yeah, the sirens.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, and that's my point. I'm saying that I don't put it past me. We're nothing really if you think about it.
We're all humanoid.
There's so many different forms of life.
So much stuff out
Humans are not the only things that live, and God is amazing.
there. Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Now, okay,
No, I gotta-
what's the country your parents come from?
Yeah.
Can you just tell me a few things about it? I'm oblivious to it.
Yeah. My parents are both fully Lebanese, so I'm Lebanese American.
Was that Gaddafi? Was
Beirut.
Beirut.
Okay.
Beirut. So with that, I visited only 3 times, and all 3 times I went was after the war and before the war came back. So I had beautiful experiences when I did visit, and that was between the ages of like 14 and 18. Every summer, my mom would 14 and maybe 17. Every summer, she would take us for the summer. And even though we would enjoy ourselves like crazy, those were the longest summers ever in the world.
Why is
'Cause
it?
those, one, you're like on the other side of the world, and you're spending an entire summer in a whole different country. So you're talking like a month and a half of the summer.
And you're
What's the
bilingual,
culture?
though.
Yeah, I'm fully bilingual.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's the culture like?
it's absolutely beautiful. I still to this very day, like, absolutely adore being, you know, Lebanese. I love Arabic music. I feel like as I get older, I'm becoming more reconnected with that part of myself. The food is absolutely insanely delicious and healthy and fresh. And you can, I mean, they have McDonald's and Burger Kings down there that
It tastes better.
gourmet.
Yeah.
It tastes like a gourmet burger spot.
No GMOs.
No, nothing. Even, I mean, like, it just doesn't even, you're like, what do you mean? This is not McDonald's, you know?
Tastes like real food.
Absolutely. Like someone's back there cooking it.
Yeah.
So how much is our money worth? If we take a dollar here,
I wouldn't be able to tell you what currency is now, but it definitely, the American dollar is worth more than what their currency is worth.
Well,
So
back then, if you took a dollar there, how much of whatever the currency is called would you have?
probably, I don't know, like a dollar would be like $50. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just a lot.
It's one of the things.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I might be not right, you know, because everything was the lira. The lira was the currency.
I was going to ask
the
you, what was
currency is
the
the lira.
Is that the money with the holes in it? The coins with the holes in the center of it? Sorry if I'm not trying to be.
No, it's okay. I appreciate your curiosity. It's okay. There's bills and then there's coins. I can't really recall a coin being on it. I do remember that the currency, the bills were colorful. Like some of them were instead of the green and the beige, the bills that we have, they were like burgundy and beige or blue and beige, and each bill represented, obviously, if it was equivalent to $1 or $100 or $10, you know.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is now, but I do know that, you know, with everything that just recently transpired with Gaza and Israel and Lebanon and, you know,
it's right there.
all of that. Oh, yeah. Lebanon, a portion of Lebanon is directly divided by a fence to Israel. So every time we went, I remember the times I went to visit, my mom is from the South, and the South is the part of Lebanon that is literally divided by a fence. Israel is literally right there. Like, we would mess around and, like, make faces at them and, like, run away, you know.
Would be soldiers.
Yeah, soldiers would be, like, right there, you know.
That's great.
Or, like, tease them with our passports and be like, you know, you can't harm us. And,
Right.
you know, our cousins who were actually citizens there and never been to America would, like, think we were so cool and stuff, and which is actually kind of disturbing now to think about it because of what all of that has turned into.
Right.
And it really never stopped. It really never
Because that's been going on
forever. It's been an
forever.
ongoing thing. And I have chosen not necessarily to not speak up, but it's just politics is very emotional and very controversial and can really create a lot of hate, a lot of division, a lot of
especially nowadays.
you know, and it's like, if we can't have mature conversations about having a difference in opinion or seeing things from different perspectives or trying to make you understand that, you know, there's a difference between acknowledging that there is literally a genocide going on right now and not talking politically, you know, whether that's, you know, you're a Trump supporter or a Republican or, you know, it shouldn't matter. What's happening is happening. Right. And it's not just in Gaza. You know, you got the Congo, you've got a lot of different issues that are going on right now. Even in our own country, I feel like this is just crazy, what we're going through right now. So I just sometimes feel like I would rather have those conversations off social media. If my clients want to engage in that type of conversation, I do it with a light heart. And I respectfully ask that, you know, you're comfortable. I never bring it up. Honestly, I never try to bring those types of conversations up because I feel like when they're coming to get their services, they're trying to escape that. Right. And I am also somewhat trying to escape that because it hits home for me, right? So I will engage in the conversation, and I don't want to not be aware or be desensitized to it or not be using the fact that I'm Lebanese and I have a platform as a means to speak up. But it also becomes very overwhelming at times to have all of that pressure on you when you're trying to also feed your family at the same time.
Now, my final question.
Go ahead,
my final question to you. You know, I got both James at him.
And that's not to suppress my voice or my opinions.
Oh no, you can. Yeah.
But just to have a respect and understand that, you know, I want to show up as an entrepreneur first.
Facts. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's business.
Yeah.
But I just want to know what's something that you want to do that you haven't done yet?
I really, really want, this is very ironic that you're asking me this. I really want my own podcast. Like so badly.
We can teach
I
you what
actually,
we know.
if, oh man, I actually just broke an entire, I demolished an entire like wall, like a partial wall that's in my studio space, with the idea to have one big space, open space, and I already set up like my furniture and how I want it, and I've been talking to Clarence, you know, my brother that I mentioned earlier, and he's really helping me. My husband's helping me. My daughter's helping me kind of put ideas together. Some of my colleagues, some people, and of course I wanted to pick your brains a little bit too, but that is definitely something that I really would love to do and have been wanting to do and have been afraid to do, honestly, because I feel like I'm going to end up talking about things that a lot of people are afraid to talk about. And that's not just in a business sense. I feel like it is also on topics of world issues or topics of being a woman or relationship things or things with parenting and being an entrepreneur. And the question you asked me earlier, how do you juggle all of it at one time? And did it ever, you know, take a toll on your marriage or your relationship with your children or your relationship with your family? Like these are all things that you don't have to be a woman to go through, just an entrepreneur. In general, I feel like, you know, the higher up you climb that ladder, the harder it is to stay happy. Right? Because it's hard to balance, because we watch these celebrities who are literally millionaires and billionaires, you know, try to end their lives or go totally left with what they could have done with their success and got caught in the mix of the flesh or, you know, what money is doing for them versus the things you never want to lose sight of, which is, you know, who you are as a person outside of the fame and outside of the success, and still understanding, you know, that you are, for instance, me, Nady, you know, outside of being Nady B in a business realm, or mom or wifey or whatever the case may be. These are all topics I feel like need to be discussed. Even some of the way the industry is or isn't. Some people would be mad at me for saying certain things, you know, as things I observe and don't speak on, things that I'm not the best or perfect. I feel like there's always someone that I look up to. So I know like you're about to say, oh yes, you are the best. Yeah, like no. I thank you. I thank everyone for acknowledging my story and watching my story and supporting me and all of that. But I never call myself the best, because there's always somebody that I feel like I'm still learning from or pulling on to mentor me or teach me or learn from. You know what I'm saying? So, and it doesn't stop at the city or the state. You know, some of the best mentors that I've had the honor and the privilege of befriending or learning from or taking classes from or just having some tips and pointers about business from have been people from out of state, you know, people that are really not reachable and touchable on a daily advantage, you know, and it's sad that there's not more of us here in the city. And this is another topic. The unnecessary hate sometimes, you know, or the unhealthy competition, you know, like I demonstrated healthy competition for a long time with my team. You know what I mean? Imagine there's up to, at one time we had 18 girls. When we shut the business down, it was 12 of us that, you know, went over into the studio settings. And imagine that many people who all do the same thing. Literally all do the same thing. Like in the Ink Bar, we were all doing the same thing. We were tattooing brows, doing lip blushing, tattoos for lips, you know, all the, and we're still all like encouraging each other, motivating each other, and pushing each other. And if one's coming in feeling like, man, I'm not booking, or I'm having, a hard time staying motivated, or I don't want to post today, and this content stuff's got me like, I don't want to do, I just want to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all just want to be artists, but there's so many other hats that you have to wear in this industry, as well as a lot of other industries, that is going to separate good from great. And it's like, what do you want? Mm-hmm. You chose to come work with me, not for me, with me. You chose to work with me because you're inspired by what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And if you want to be, a team, and a successful one at that, we have to help each other out, and we have to be accountable, and help each other be accountable for where we're falling short, where we're lacking, and yeah.
That's very humble and modest of you, though, because Mike Tyson does the same thing.
I love Mike Tyson. I love me so much.
He always says he's not the best. He always gives it to Ali, but most people do that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you be the best when you learned it from someone else? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you call something your own when you made it your own, but it was out before you made it? Mm-hmm. You just made it your own way, or your own, in the way you delivered it. You know what I mean? How many rappers have redone songs, or, reuse beats to create,
samples,
nowadays hits, or remixes, or, it's a twist on this song, or whatever the case may be. No, there's always room for growth. I always look at myself as a forever student.
Okay.
Okay.
Always.
Cool.
Even as an educator.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. You got any more questions?
No, I don't got no more questions. I asked one.
Wait, what about this fun stuff though?
We're going to,
I wasn't gonna let you go.
I'm glad you. No,
I'm glad you brought
that
about
up.
this. Like, normally I'm like all shy to engage, but like I'm kind of curious now.
Well, it's first time for everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to play our favorite theme song right here.
All right.
While we pull. So it goes a little something like this.
That's why you're miserable.
Hey.
We'll start with you.
Okay.
Our theme song. You heard that GTA Rockstar? No.
No, you tell him, man. No, forget that.
Okay.
Talk your shit,
I ain't gonna
Stubbs.
talk.
Man, come on, Stubbs.
So there's no like, if I don't like this, I can't put it back.
No, you
No,
can.
you can put it back. Yeah. If you don't like it,
No,
put it
I'll
back.
be brave. I'll be brave.
Because it might be a trash question.
Well, I mean, I'd hope not.
Well, we got the bowl right here.
I'd like to believe not. If you guys put these in here.
I mean,
Everybody puts them in.
everybody.
Oh, everyone puts them in
everybody,
here?
yeah. It's a
Okay.
I meant
share.
to tell you, some papers over there if you want to write questions for future guests, too.
Oh, absolutely.
And also, before you get out of here, we got a board over there. We got to have you sign.
Most definitely has to happen. Ready?
Oh, wow.
If you got a good
Who's going
question, you can
first?
go first.
Can I go first? Can men be hood rats?
Yes, absolutely. What? Oh my God. Absolutely. I mean, thank you, God. I'm off. I'm off the scene and don't have to worry about that like that no more. But I've had my fair share. I swear to God.
Can I take that question further? Like, how can you spot a hood rat? A man being a hood rat?
I feel like that is like, of course, a stereotype, right? But it's like when you apply that to a woman, it's like you almost like kind of immediately know,
Yeah.
right? Because just like someone can be ghetto. I hate when people get mad at people for using the term ghetto when ghetto doesn't belong to a race. I feel like,
to a degree,
there are so many different ghetto people out here. But hood rats, yes. Just, out here just with I need
a full
solid
disclosure.
intentions, just kind of, living their best life, or,
man
just
could be a
trying to have their options open and, just trying to experience life with really no repercussions.
We're not
or
supposed to judge,
commitments.
but if you were to look at one without
having fun and putting his homies,
Now,
yeah.
that's
Because I think about the girl version of that, and it's not that far off.
Now, I know we're not supposed to judge off appearance, but if you were to place an appearance on a male hood rat, what would it be?
Oh my God, I'm not gonna do that. You ain't about to have people coming after me.
I'm just
Don't
saying.
have on sweat.
You're right.
I mean, that is hood rat behavior.
I don't mean, come on, bro.
I will tell my. Look,
I got on sweats
no,
too.
hold on. No, let me fix
I didn't even
that
repeat
statement.
that.
Let me fix the statement. You know what you're doing when you put them sweats on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's.
What, commando style? What are we talking about?
I mean, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That.
You'll have on an
okay.
outfit you ain't
I don't
washed
know what
in
you're
3
talking
days.
You know what you're doing,
I don't know
and
what
we
you're
know
talking
what
about.
we're doing when we put certain things on.
Like
so,
leggings.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean, I
yeah.
get what you're saying now.
You know what I'm
I get what
saying?
you're
So
saying now.
yeah, that's definitely I feel like
But I don't know.
a characteristic.
But I don't know what you're talking about.
If those sweats are not a couple of sizes, bigger.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I get
I'm
it.
sure
now.
you don't.
I'm going.
Can I ask why? Can I ask-
My husband also doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a hood rat in the house for me.
Hood rats wear jerseys and stuff. I don't know.
Jerseys.
Male
and stuff?
male hood rats probably wear.
I don't know. I
don't know. I don't know what
let's-
male.
Okay,
I
let's move on to the next question.
I got one. Hood rats wear tight ass pants with big ass shorts
And they wear
and Pooh Shiesty mask.
Oh my god! And what?
I was gonna say
Shiesty
do
mask.
rags outside. but-
Mats?
No, Pooh Shiesty mask.
Masks?
Yeah, you know the ski mask.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they got
all right.
plaque on their teeth. They wear the plaque.
Oh my god! Are we still talking about men or women?
Man.
But they talking about
I don't
men.
know. Women hood rats. They wear slippers outside,
No, furry slippers.
and they leggings
The
got
furry
holes in it.
Furry slipper.
Yeah,
the
I
gag-
never got into the furry slipper.
And they slide their feet a lot. They don't really lift their feet up when they walk.
They go outside in the bonnet, no problem.
Oh my god!
It's
But
too
they're very
easy.
fun.
Got
They're very
aunties,
fun, though.
cousins, sisters that are the best women ever that still do that sometimes.
Okay,
That's true, but-
can I say this?
My daughter does that shit sometimes. Shit, I do that shit.
They talk on speakerphone in public. Everybody listen to the
yeah.
conversation.
That might be. It.
That I don't do. Yeah.
Can we all agree to that?
Although like,
yeah.
I've been in that phase of my life though where I just didn't really care
give a fuck about the next
what
yeah.
anybody hears or is listening to, but
But you know the intention.
I absolutely know what you're talking about.
And hood rats, they
And like I
scratch their
said,
weave a
they're
lot.
not there's not just a culture though. It's not
I didn't say
a race. though.
I didn't say a race.
You
I'm
know,
just saying
I
that's
heard
what
a
we
lot
thought it's a
of different-
mentality, just like
Yeah,
with the
we just
men.
said-
Yeah.
Like male hood rats are like procrastinators a lot, and they don't.
Because
Really,
let me tell you, we've got
up and
Lebanese
go.
hood rats too. So
Yeah, it comes
Arab
from all
hood
walk of
rats
life.
too, or
Yeah.
it's all over the place. White, whatever. It doesn't matter who it is.
Can I go back to male hood rats? They
Yeah.
always talking about getting a Hellcat but never have one.
That's probably
Oh
what
my
I'm saying.
god. Oh my god.
My question says,
And you remember when certain cars were like that? The car.
Like the Caprice
Chrysler
Classic.
300.
Yeah, the Chrysler
The
300.
300. Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
had that.
definitely that one.
Hey,
Caprice.
Monte Carlo.
Yeah,
That
Monte
Pax started
Carlo.
dropping, yeah.
I remember I got my Ford. What was it, Ford 500 or 300 or whatever? Remember those?
I remember the 200. Oh no, you said Ford. I'm thinking Chrysler 200.
No, the Ford. Good
They
God,
did
I
have a
had one.
500.
I had
they had
that
a
car,
500.
and that was definitely like a head rat car a little bit.
You think so?
I feel like it was one of those like show off cars that really wasn't that sweet of a
Women
car.
cars be like the
You know what I'm
Hondas
saying?
and the
No,
Yeah, Honda.
a Honda.
women. I'm saying women hood rat cars. Well, I ain't gonna even call them hood rat. Just women. A lot of women get the Honda car.
I feel like a hood
Hood
rat
rat,
car
hood
is
rat,
like
hoochie mama.
it's like a nice car that's
Corsica?
really not a for real nice car. You know what I'm saying?
Like a
just like
two-door
you
or
just
something?
said. Well, you guys just mentioned a couple of them. Those,
Yeah.
it's not like that's not a Bentley. That's not a Corvette.
Buick?
That's
It's a
not
Chrysler
like you know what I'm saying?
300.
But it's a nice car that
It's
you
gonna
know
get you where you
it's gonna
gotta
get you a
get.
little attention, a little play, but still be in the means of reach per se.
Ladies, you truly have a hood rat car if the passenger seat is always laid down. That just means the nigga in the car is
If the car junkie is healed
typically
in
a
the
low
back seat.
life.
What makes you think that some of our female friends don't like to lay the
No,
seat back
it be
too?
it be
I
a
don't know
lot
about
of
that.
dudes.
You know what I'm
will
saying?
Unless she's a YN.
recline that seat on.
That's the only way. She got to be a YN.
We don't know
Really?
everything.
Hey, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of women out there
I mean,
driving like
my girls
YNs.
used to, and I'm 40. Like, I mean, we used to do stupid shit.
No, that too. I've been in cars where women would put the seat
And
back.
it depended on what we were doing. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the days, we used to smoke while we were driving and whatever. Like,
But that
I don't do
ain't
that
no-
now, but when we were doing that, we would lean them seats back, or if
But
we
that's
had
just you
a
being
red
young.
cup in the hand, passenger, so to speak,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
they
that
gonna
red
lean
cup,
it
I-
back, or you know what I mean. We've had our time,
But that's
have
just you
fun.
being young, really. That's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's
I mean,
being young.
I've done that stuff, but yeah.
Now, my question says, for urinating in public, should you be on the sex offenders list?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But you shouldn't just be trying to just not put any effort into trying to conceal yourself in some type of way.
Yeah, as long as you was
You know
against
what
the
I'm saying?
wall,
If you
not
just-
trying to have it out.
You
but
gotta
if
go like hide behind a tree or something, or
If you
walk
got-
that
Yeah, yeah. As
around
long
that
as you
bush
try
or
to,
something. Yeah, and I've been in situations like that where you just absolutely had to do
Man,
it.
I did Lyft before. When I was doing Lyft,
Mm-hmm.
I had to pull over on the highway and just.
I've told
Nowhere to
now I'm very selective as to like who's driving, but hey, I need you to pull me over. I gotta pee real quick.
If you gotta go, you gotta
You
go.
know, and the next exit
You gotta go.
for a rest stop is not
can't
like
make it yet.
Yeah, you
5
gotta go.
exits.
See, I keep an
away.
empty bottle in my
sometimes you
car
gotta
just
go.
in case if
Hey,
it's an
I've done
emergency.
that
All right,
too.
fill it
I've
up.
done it too, man. Those
Look, and don't let you do it number two.
Those were the days.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
if you
ain't
gotta
no
do it number two, you hit.
emergency
You gonna be like Pops and Friday. Move up, move up.
Yeah.
That's how you gonna be.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
It's
Can
been
I?
a minute. I ain't been in that situation in a
Oh,
minute.
I have, and it's an unpleasant experience. Sometimes you be so uncomfortable, you got to bounce one ass cheek like this. So you
Yeah,
be
I mean,
driving,
I've been in those situations, but it's just been a minute.
like, ooh,
Yeah.
shit.
No, because you
Yeah.
be on them herbs now. Them
Yeah.
herbs is different.
Man, I had one the other day.
Slip up.
Man, I was, hey, all my weight
Hey,
was
did
on
you
one
guys
cheek.
ever try to drink that smooth move?
Never
That
heard
help
of
you
it.
lose weight?
Never heard of that.
Never heard of
Man,
Called Smooth
I
Move.
know you guys are gonna know what I'm talking about.
What
Smooth
do I
Move.
find that?
Maybe I'm telling on some of my female friends because we used to drink Smooth Move to help us lose weight, and it was like boo boo tea. It's literally like tea to help you boo boo, but we were like drinking it to like make ourselves get everything that we ate that day out our system.
I had,
So it wasn't.
Is that
you
still
know,
a thing?
Yeah. No lie, or it's sometimes known as senna tea too. Senna, SENNA. That's a herb. That's an actual
I heard
herb.
of the herb senna.
Come
I
on
think I
now,
got
if you
senna
are
upstairs.
into herbs, you should know your
I got
herbs then.
Cascara Sagrada upstairs.
know?
That's the number one.
What is it called?
Cascara Sagrada.
Okay.
That's the number one. It don't taste good at all.
Yeah.
But that's why I get it in pill form. But that'll
Nice.
get you going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Slippery elm.
No, I
few
know
other
a
ones.
lot of people that are into herbology, and I'm open to trying herbal remedies or
Have you ever tried the duck flower?
duck flower. No,
That's the man. That duck
I
flower.
thought we were still talking about tea, but
Well, you can make a tea
are
with
you
it.
talking
But
about the
a herb.
herbal supplement?
it's an herb called a duck
Yeah,
flower.
and it's a supplement, right?
It's really just a dry flower if you can get the real version of
Okay,
it.
What about ashwagandha?
I've heard of ashwagandha. I don't think I've tried it though.
Yeah, ashwagandha's
Yeah.
pretty. It's gut health, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I'm not good at being consistent with like stuff like that. Like I will have moments of like I have like this health epiphany, and I'm like 2 months, 3 months strong of like I'm taking my herbal supplements, my probiotics, my multivitamins, or like my separate vitamins, whether that's my zinc or my this or my that. Then I fall off.
You know the thing about
You know.
herbs is it'll hit you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like we be kicking it sometimes, and all of a sudden, like, whoa, shit, I gotta go.
And then I also have like a sensitive stomach to that when
Yeah.
it's supposed to be helping you out. And I feel
Cascara
like maybe-
Sagrada gets you
And
right.
maybe that's the point, is that like the first month or two of being on something like that consistently, it's kind of cleansing your system.
Yeah.
Well, no, it ain't even
purifying
gonna be a
your
month. It's
system.
gonna be a week.
Yeah.
That Cascara Sagrada is clearing it.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
see, I
Cool
can't
stuff.
be in the middle of no ombre.
And that's why you can't do
tattoo
it,
in the
yeah.
brow, and my stomach just starts bubbling.
that's the main thing. 'cause
That's
even
the
I told him
that is
when,
and it's happened before. Hell, shit.
like I told him, like
It's
if you're gonna take
terrible.
some of these herbs,
Yeah.
you better do it on your off days
Yeah,
because
yeah,
if they activate
yeah.
while you at work, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, be my body. Like sometimes it hit me out of nowhere. It might not hit me right then, but maybe a day or two later,
Hey.
boom.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
That's what I'm saying. So we on to the next question. What's your question?
I don't know. I would love to answer it. I'm just kind of not understanding how it's. It says, "What artist needs a biopic?" Oh, I
biopic.
thought that said something else.
Biopic.
A what?
Biopic.
A biopic? So it doesn't mean biopic. What is
Like
a
a biopic is like
biopic, yeah.
Ray Charles had the movie Ray. It's just a movie.
Oh.
Centered
Okay,
around that
okay.
artist.
I've
It's a
never heard
biography.
it.
Like Michael
said
Jackson.
that way.
Yeah, the Michael
Okay,
Jackson one.
yeah,
coming
Yeah,
out.
Michael Jackson coming out.
A biography. A
Biopic.
A biography. A biography.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
yes,
messing me
yes.
up here.
That's the Arab coming out a little bit.
No, I want to see Marvin Gaye though. I really want Marvin Gaye.
That'd be a good
I
one.
feel like, oh my gosh, right now, one that's alive or one that's passed.
Anyone.
I definitely didn't feel like I wanted to see no Diddy stuff. That stuff was like
But
that was crazy.
That's a documentary.
that's a documentary.
Okay, you're right.
I'm saying what
Okay,
somebody
okay.
who doesn't
Like a
have
movie,
one.
like a
Yeah, a
movie.
movie. Like Ray, like he said.
I say Marvin Gaye is my answer.
But there are some out there, aren't there?
Yeah, but what do you think that
More
hasn't
recent?
that hasn't
I mean,
been
like
done?
something that's gonna be
That hasn't
like
been
green
done, that
screen.
need to
I
be
mean,
done.
silver screen. If it is Marvin Gaye, I didn't know.
I don't feel like it would have to be like one of those artists because I feel like if it's a living one,
Kanye would probably. Yeah.
man, I might make people. Kanye would be so dope. And then I mean, I might, I might get some people mad here, but like I definitely would like to see a little something about Beyonce. And I know you guys are like, oh God, why?
You could do a part two, one Destiny show.
There is an undeniable factor to Beyonce. I feel like just in the way she did every album, specifically like the Lemonade album, the artistry behind that. I do feel like in every aspect of her success story, I would love to see something on her per se. Who else? DMX, absolutely, because I'm a fan personally. That'd be a little.
There's no actors right now who could act.
Actresses, I would probably.
I know somebody personally that can act DMX.
That's
I know somebody personally.
Actresses.
And he sounded act just like him. Look like him too.
Yeah, who?
Somebody I used to work with.
Yeah, I know some.
Man,
he even called himself X.
Established right now.
Hey, when you meet this dude, you think he never died.
You remember the dude on The Wire that had the cut on his face? He passed away last year.
You talking about what's his?
Can I get another? We're gonna keep talking about this, but I would.
But he could have been DM. He could have played him.
But you know, before we move on to the next topic, I got three.
But
I got
you
three.
did say artists. That
One, Aretha Franklin.
Okay.
Another one
Yeah. I was
needs
trying
to
to
be.
stay more current.
Who was the second one?
Aretha Franklin.
Who was the second one?
No, I was getting ready to say this.
Oh, I thought you said.
They need to redo that Jimi Hendrix movie. I didn't like it.
I'll give you that.
And the third one, I won't go on to say it. Damn. It's definitely got to be. I had the name in my head. I don't know why I forgot.
Bruno Mars, he could pull off a good one. His story is pretty good.
I recently would not mind the Bad Bunny, thing, and I don't. It's funny the little face you're making.
I'm out of that.
I would like to see it as someone who is, Arab American. I would like to see something like that. That would be pretty cool.
Okay.
That's what he is? He's Arab?
No,
he's
he's
Puerto
not.
Rican.
But from a cultural perspective.
Man, I don't know what he is, but I just don't
I
like
think he's
him.
Puerto Rican.
Why?
I don't like that guy. I just don't. You ever just don't resonate with somebody?
I mean, with reason. No. I
I
have
don't.
never not liked someone without reason.
I don't
It has
know,
to be
man.
something that
For one, I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
done, said, or not. Outside of that, like I only know him in the light of an artist. I don't know that man as a person.
Yeah, as a person, I don't know him.
I know his story is definitely very inspiring.
So you've never had an inkling about a celebrity? Like it's something about you just know?
Yes, absolutely. But
to me, I get that vibe from it. It's something about you. Like no, man, no.
Yeah.
So
no,
that's me though.
I don't have that point of view towards Bad Bunny. I like Bad Bunny.
Actually,
But I could be wrong. I could be 100%. I never give you a chance to see
Yeah.
if you're a really cool guy. He might be cool.
And that's okay because when you put yourself out there like that, that's what happens.
Yeah, you get
Sometimes
judged.
you appeal to some people. Sometimes you're not everyone's cup of tea, and it could be with no reason at all or every reason in the world.
Yeah.
This other question said.
Before you answer that, I just got one more thing.
Okay.
Y'all gonna laugh at me, but I think a Prince biopic would be cool too.
Who?
Prince.
Prince?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Hands down.
Yeah.
Prince.
Hands down, absolutely. I also feel like, have we seen? Yeah, we have seen. We've seen a Michael Jackson.
The American Dream.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that. I feel like this Michael Jackson was done so wrong.
In what? In a movie?
Just
in a
in
bio?
life.
Just in life. Honestly, even with recently, and I don't want to get into politics, but it's just like you can't help it. If you really are into this Epstein stuff and you read up on what was in the files and what was going on, and it really just makes you look double take. You do a double take and you look back at like what a lot of our favorite celebrities were accused of.
He was intersecting the kids and saving them.
Yeah.
Taking them, yeah.
Exactly.
But I knew he was innocent the whole time,
And
majority of the time.
I would love to see certain people. I definitely feel like their names were definitely targeted, or their careers were definitely targeted by stuff like that.
Macaulay Culkin,
I would really love to see new stories being told on them, or the right stories and movies being told. I absolutely adored the Tina Turner story. Like that.
You talking about what's love got to do with it?
Yes, that was like insane to me. That was awesome. That's one of my old favorites.
I give you another old favorite. I used to like what's the name of that one biopic? Came out back in the day. It was about damn. I could think of the artist, but I can't say his name. Yeah, come back to me.
Okay.
Come back to me.
Yeah.
La Bamba?
That's the one.
I know it was La Bamba.
That's the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
La Bamba,
Yeah.
Richie Valens.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Because that ending was sad as hell.
Absolutely.
That ending was
Yeah.
sad.
And
Richie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I still would watch that movie.
Yeah, same with me. I could go back and watch What's Love Got to Do with It over
I'll give
and
you
over
another
again.
one. Selena.
Selena is still. They just brought out a newer version of it
That
on
don't count.
Netflix.
That don't count.
The-
I'm talking about
yeah,
I'm talking about J-Lo.
The first
The
one is
J-Lo
always
boy.
gonna be. I'm sure that's why too. So
What's your final question?
That question.
yeah. Does everybody have a soul?
That's a good question.
That
Does
is.
everybody have a soul? Yes.
I don't believe that.
Yes.
no.
Everybody has a soul.
Shit.
I do believe everybody has a soul. I believe everything that's living has a soul. I believe our trees and
You
our
never
plants
looked
have.
into somebody's eyes and it was blank? You've never done that?
No, it's there. It's
Now,
there.
does
everyone has a soul.
My answer is
Now, is
no.
Well,
Now, is
I'm
there a
the
difference?
one answering this question, but yeah, I do. I feel like everyone has a soul.
Now, is there a
What-
difference
when
between
you
is there a
die-
difference between the soul and the
When
spirit?
you are alive, you come into you having a soul. I feel like when you die, you leave your body and your soul comes out of you, and you go back to where you came from. I feel like having a soul during life it's impossible not to have a soul. There are evil people out here who do evil things, but I still feel like everybody has a soul.
I was
No,
gonna
I
ask that too.
gotta ask
Okay.
the question. Is there a difference between having a soul and having a spirit?
It got to be a difference between the soul and spirit. I just don't know what
feel
it
like
is.
there's differences, but I do also feel like they correlate too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got some people with dark souls and dark spirits as well. You know?
Yeah.
Like he was saying before, you look at somebody's eyes and tell something right with this person.
Yeah.
Another way you can tell, like if you have your animal
Yeah.
and it's very friendly. And
You know who I feel like that? I'm not trying to cut you off.
what's that?
And I swear this is like not trying to start. This is genuinely, I feel like what you're saying is something I see when I look at this person. Is it Erica Kirk or whatever her name is? Charlie Kirk's wife, the blondie with
The
the
one-
crazy blue eyes.
I've never seen
her for real.
You haven't seen her like speak on his death and him
I
being
haven't
shot.
seen nothing
and,
about
like,
her.
Every time she does any type of like public speaking or anything like that, when she went on stage with Trump or when she's gotten on the news talking on her husband's death, she looks like that.
Like a blank
to me.
expression.
I mean, her eyes are.
I
very-
can see that.
Her eyes are just almost
Yeah.
like there's something
Like she manufactured.
unwell there,
Yeah.
or not.
So
I
pretty
can
much
see that.
But I don't. That's also just by looks.
Especially this.
You know what I mean?
So pretty much you said people who can have a soul can have humanity.
Yes.
Me, that's where I draw the line. I feel like if you truly
mean-
have a soul, there's certain things you wouldn't do to another individual.
No, that's not true.
That's me though.
That's not true. That's not true. I really feel like, that's like saying that if you've ever killed someone, you don't have a soul. I mean, there's a lot of different factors that puts you in certain positions of making certain decisions, and that can be a mixture of your environment, the things that you didn't have, the way your parents parented you or didn't, your friend groups, the influences or lack of influences that you've had around you. There's so many different things that puts you in certain positions of making the absolute wrong decisions. And I do feel like sometimes there is a turnaround with those types of people, and that is living proof, that there is a soul there, and that people who give their life back to God or get saved or, had, chosen the wrong path in their younger years and then end up being, motivational speakers or whatever the case may be. How can you say this person doesn't have a soul because they once lived a bad life? I
wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about like the bankers and the corrupt brokers.
Yeah,
and
they have
people
souls. They do, because they care about the things they choose to care about. They don't just not care about anything at all. They don't care about things that don't directly affect them.
People treat
per se.
people like true shit.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
I was
But
getting ready-
I still like. At the end of the day, no matter what, yes, I do believe people have a soul and that they choose.
You are really an empath.
Yeah.
You really care about people deeper than at least me.
It's not just about being an empath. I really feel like you have to understand that God created us a certain way. And if you want to not like eliminate the God factor out of it, I feel like our anatomy too, like, oh, we're created a certain way. Our mind works a certain way. When it comes to our conscious, our not having a conscious, you know, the way our brain functions, when we hit full maturity as a male or a female, there's so many different factors as to a lot of reason why people are the way they are or choose to be the way they are, or, you know, whether they kill, steal, or destroy, or whatever the case may be, or are slimy on TV, or they're, you know, corrupted politicians, or whatever the case may be. I mean, yes, I do feel like they still have a soul at the end of the day, but that they just have really shitty ways about them. You know?
You know, I was getting ready to say earlier, like, you know, if you have a dog that's very friendly and he sniffs around a person, he start growling like, you know that something might not be
Something
right
ain't
about that
right.
person.
Yeah.
That don't mean they don't got a soul. I definitely will argue
No,
that
but
point,
you can
though.
tell they got bad energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They usually,
Maybe
9
the
times
dog
out of 10, they usually be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most times I would say not my dog. My dog's just an a-hole.
What kind of dog you got?
Not the right type. We just we got her, and I love Toffee. She's a beagle. She's a hunting dog, and she was a dog that we were able to get for free because my brother-in-law breeds beagles up north.
You know, you could train your that dog to look for truffle. And you can
My
make money
dog
off
is a real dog. My dog is not like a fifi, like cute little. My dog is there to guard and do what it's.
No, I'm saying
When I hear
those
beagle, I
dogs
think
got good noses.
I think it's Snoopy when I hear beagle.
No. Snoopy, no. I would say just think of like any hunting dog.
Yeah.
Not a big, you know, vicious looking dog, but like a for real hunting dog. That's her breed. And I feel like we didn't really like, you know, research her breed before going to get a dog.
And it's a beagle.
And it's very important to do that. Especially like my son's autistic. I have a son who's autistic and he's high functioning and he's brilliant. But I would have loved to have a dog that would be beneficial, for instance, to him. You know what I mean? A little, the temperament being a little different, or the amount of training, you know, that you can do to help them out, you know? But yeah, I love Toffee. Just Toffee doesn't love everybody.
Oh no, I've been around
You know,
dogs
she
like that.
loves who she loves, but outside of that, she don't like to be around people. No.
I definitely enjoyed talking to you today.
Man, it has been all over the place, and I've loved it.
Yeah, here, there,
One more
everywhere.
time, you mind plugging in your contact and
Yes,
people can find
absolutely.
you.
If you're not following me already, it's NadyB, NadyB 2022. Primarily, I'm on Instagram, and I cross-post to Facebook, so it's NadyB INK Bar. You could look up NadyB Academy or NadyB period. It should pop right up. And I really thank you, and I've enjoyed myself. And I also just want to say thank you to everyone who suggested that we do this podcast, and everyone that tagged me in the previous podcast that initially started all of this. And just saying thank you for loving on me.
And we look forward to your podcast.
Me as a person, and thank you for loving on me as NadyB.
We definitely got to have you
guys.
back. We definitely got to have you back.
I love you guys. I love you guys.
Hand clap, hand clap.
And the story's not over.
No, we definitely gonna have you
I
back.
definitely look forward to your podcast. Don't drop the
I'll
name yet.
probably need me a biopic.
Hey, you
Oh,
never
yeah.
know. You never know. Hey, we'll be
Understand.
I
one
could
of your first
definitely write a
guests.
story about my life.
We'll definitely be one of
Oh,
your
yeah.
first guests. Just holler at us.
Yeah.
We want to thank
so
you again
much.
for
I
being on the
hope
show.
For that day to come. Yes, for sure. Thank you, everyone.
Let's give a round of applause.
Shout out, y'all. I'm stuck.
Fun. So fun.
And I'm your boy Agent KD.
Yes.
We're out of here.
Out of here.
Hey.